Good morning, welcome to Sewing Street with me, Vicky. Lovely to see you all. How is everybody? How was Christmas? Is everybody full and feel all ready? All in the Christmas spirit? Hannah's like, yeah, I definitely put on weight during that weekend of Christmas. Oh, it was brilliant, wasn't it? I was actually over on Jewelry Maker, and I saw the excitement that was going on here, and I heard it was very, very busy indeed. So well done to everybody that managed to stock up on all their Christmas makes. Today, we've got so much going on. We've got lovely Cara back with us, 2 gorgeous projects with Cara. We've got a book exclusive, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But first, today's early bird is going to be a very popular one, especially after John Cole Morgan was telling us he was really struggling to source grey for his own shop, for his so I know it is a colour that's very popular, and it must be something, you know, to do with what's going on in the world at the moment, that grey's becoming quite difficult to get hold of. It's a great neutral. It's going to be perfect for any of the projects that we've got today. In fact, it's going to be brilliant for all of the projects we've got today. 2.5 metres, and you're getting that ½ metre for free, so you're only paying for 2 metres. £13 and 96 pence, and that's for 2.5 metres continuous fabric. I mean, it's huge. It's obviously wider even than our studio if I was going to open it out. You've got so much fabric here. 2.5 metres for just £13 and 96 pence. And it's that gorgeous elephant grey. Loads of people checking out straight away. Remember, only 1 postage and packaging all day long. It's a great way to start the show. I know a lot of people who set their alarm, especially for 8 o'clock. I can't even unfold it fully because it's so big. I mean, that is only even half of it. You have so much fabric. I'm thinking for home interiors, for bag making. If you've got lots of creams or white walls, or I've got lots of grey bits and pieces in my house. I love it. I think it's just a great neutral, very contemporary and very on trend, let's face it, isn't it? But it isn't too dark. Sometimes I can think, you know, just having grey everywhere can look quite dark. It's lovely to complement with lots of your colours as well. So even the quilt behind me, which I am loving. Absolutely love it. I'll talk to you about that in a second, but this is going to be ideal for any of your Sew Magical projects from our brand new book. It's not any lesser quality. Just because it's saving, you know, just because it's more affordable today doesn't mean that it's any lesser quality. It is a solid that we normally have stocked on the website for £3.49.5 metre. So if you do want to, you know, just stock up ready for bag linings or, you know, backgrounds or sashing or binding, if you want to use it for bag making, for soft furnishing, you can use it for dressmaking. It's just obviously a bit more structured. Core of the stock already gone. Have a look through your pattern and see if you think cotton, if it's going to suit this fabric. It is slightly heavyweight. It's a quilting weight cotton, but it's beautiful quality. At £13 and 96 pence. Remember, that is your early bird special, and I've got a feeling all of them are going to sell out very quickly. I normally say it's for today and today only, but it's until stocks last. I've got a feeling that's going to go within this hour. Have a real think about that one, but be quick because that will sell out today. It's £13.96 for 2.5 metres of 100% cotton, all joined up. Remember, if you're multi-buying on this, you'll get, say if you're buying 2, you'll get 2.5 metre bundles all separately. So 2.5 metres will come already pre-cut, basically. Have to pre-cut these, especially for early birds, because of how many sell. I know how busy it is, so we've made sure, you know, these are all prepped, ready to go. Warehouse team already pre-cut them into 2.5 metre bundles for you. £13.96. Half the stock already gone, and we are literally just minutes into the show. So it's going to be a brilliant day today. If you've opened your order nice and early with us, stay with us. In the next hour, we've got a book launch, which is exclusive to us for the next week. Now, I'm not going to bring the graphics live until the next hour because I think it's going to go absolutely crazy. If you really want to search for it, then you can. It is on the website somewhere, but we're not going to bring the graphics live just yet because we want to have a big talk about this. Mary's actually sent us, Mary's the author, Mary Hurtle, and she sent through a little VT for us to watch later on as well. You won't have seen this anywhere else. It's completely exclusive to us. It's foundation paper piecing, which those of you that watched my show with Wendy Orlando on Thursday, I think it was, last week, the FPP book that we had completely sold out because there was the most amazing demo with Wendy. Look at these. There's some beautiful projects. We've got them all dotted around the set. You've probably seen the mermaid quilt behind me. We've also got the rucksack behind me, the backpack. There's some beautiful fairy tale projects in here. I mean, don't get me wrong, you don't need to do the quilt. You can take elements, couldn't you, and put them onto a bag or a cushion. I like the fairy. There's dragon. We're going to have a good look through this anyway at 9 o'clock, but love that book. Not available anywhere else for a whole week. It's exclusive to us for a week, which is very exciting. So that's coming up. Now, this hour, we're going to be looking at doing some Quilt-as-you-Go. We've got different bundles to make 3 placemats. So each bundle is enough to make 3 or mug rugs. Whether you have them as like little diddy placemats or whether you want them as like your mug and your couple of biscuits would be nice. Maybe your wine and your cheese and crackers. Very nice. So, which bundle do you want to start? We've got 4 different bundles. We'll start with rainbow. Now, I've got rainbow in spot and rainbow in like linen-y texture. We'll start with that one. Now, we're going to go through exactly with Cara of how to demo this. So don't worry if you've never seen it before. This is June Taylor Quilt-as-you-Go, and it's basically like colouring in by numbers with fabric. If you've never done quilting before, this might be a nice place to start, actually. This might be a really nice place to start. And you're learning, you know, quite a traditional block. The log clabbing block is, you know, more of a traditional block that you're going to see a lot in patterns. Lovely gift idea for people. So you get your Quilt-as-you-Go mat, and then you also have your panel, which, by the way, I will just quickly show you here, is wide. It's 140. So normally when you're getting strips, they're 112, whereas when you're looking at quilting fabric, whereas these are 140 wide, and you've got all of these beautiful colours. We're going to be working with that one in a bit as well. We're going to be having a look through the Quilt-as-you-Go. So if you've never done it before, don't worry. This one is made up into they're so fun, aren't they? So you've got enough, obviously, for both sides. If they are mug rugs, Hannah is saying if you've got an embroidery machine or hand embroider, which I know Cara loves doing, you could almost do like people's coffee orders on them, milk 2 sugars, or, you know, personalise them. That'd be lovely. I like rich tea biscuit and, yeah, hobnobble, yeah. Love that idea. Space for gin and then an arrow here. Paul saying, no dunking allowed. Not when you've got a rich tea, because they just go soggy, don't they? You have to dunk a hobnob or something a bit more sturdy. We've also got the rainbow colourway in the spot. This time you get your Quilt-as-you-Go. They'd be lovely little gifts to personalise, wouldn't they? They'd be really lovely gifts to personalise. A nice achievable project. I tell you what, it's a great project as well to practice your binding. If you've never done binding before, it's another nice one. I think after you've done a big quilt top and you've quilted it, you're then worried about, you know, getting that perfect binding. So once you've done this, you'll be a pro. This one, what do you mean? Oh, I see. Right, sorry. So this one, you saw obviously you've got your log cabin. And then this one, you can see that it's striped. So this one, it's a different pattern. This one, you've got the stripes, you've got a chevron, you've got this one, and you've got this one. So all 3 different patterns. 3 different patterns. Oh, probably maybe a little bit more advanced, but same sort of process. So yeah, absolutely have a go. Then you also get your panel, which is exclusive to us. Lovely rainbow panel. All your strips. You're going to have plenty of fabric. Hannah's thinking that on one of these that she's getting very into it. She's saying, you know, when you've got socks, okay, where's this going? Oh, on socks, you know when it says, if you can see this, get me a beer or something because you've got your feet up. On here, if you can see this, you get me a tea or something like that. That would be a good idea. Oh, yeah, Hannah's getting really into the personalisation, but that's what I love, actually. There's lots of gift ideas that I'm thinking for people. There's everybody you're going to be able to personalise these for, aren't you? Okay, we've also got two other options. We've got the seaside one and we've got the kitchen. This is the nautical option, and Cara's already made these up. So you can see again, this time you've got the log cabin patterns again. So you get your Quilt-as-you-Go. Lovely quality batting. You like that square for personalising. That's where your drink should go. That's where your drink or your wine should go, Hannah's thinking. And then this fabric is beautiful, isn't it? This is really nice. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strips, 8 different patterns and beautiful colourways. I think it's going to look lovely in so many people's homes, especially anybody who's, you know, knows anybody that lives by the seaside or, you know, goes to the seaside, loves the seaside a lot. These are beautiful. Reminds me of, you know, when you go to a seaside town and they have all those lovely shops with lots of nice nautical projects or lots of nice nautical gifts for people. £19.99. Not only are you getting a Quilt-as-you-Go, you're also getting your panel. Look at the detail. This is an exclusive bundle to us. Exclusive panel, beautiful colours. They're amazing, aren't they? Less than £20. And then we've got one other. What were you doing then, Paul? I do love the detail on that. We've also got one other, which again is with the same patterns that you saw with the spotty print, which we'll go through with Cara. This is kitchen. So if you do just want one with that lovely kitchen theme, we've got a beautiful panel. And this time it's got, once again, the chevron, the stripes, diagonal stripes, then with the other stripes running through. And you get this panel, another striped panel. Oh, I do love that with all of the lovely little utensils. £19.99. Your Quilt-as-you-Go and your panel, so you get both of those in the kit. We have got the panels available on their own if you're thinking for other makes to go with, potentially. We'll talk with Cara about different ideas of what you can do with the panel, but it's perfect for this, and you're going to be able to make all 3 placemats with the binding as well with your kit for less than £20. Just a quick reminder, the Nautical Harbour one, the shells one, already down to single figures. Already down to single figures. After Cara's demo as well, you're going to love it. So please do check out as soon as you can. There's the Nautical Harbour graphics in. Less than £20. You've got, realistically, 3 gifts, haven't you? And they're not gifts that aren't going to be used. They're not gifts that, you know, you have to gift them all as a 3. They're nice individual gifts, I think. Less than 10 of these. A little thoughtful gift, especially if, you know, you're going to personalise it as well. That's really exciting. Right, shall we see how you make it? Those of you that haven't yet bought, we're going to show you a short VT of how you get involved and get Cara on. So this is how you buy. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying 1 postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Hello, Cara.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Good. All good, all good.
Good.
Excited about today's projects because we've got 2 Beautiful projects again. Quilt-as-you-Go, is this something you've done before?
I've done a couple of the bags,
Yes.
which was the first time I'd done them. And once I'd done the bags, I thought, oh, it would be really nice to do something else. So I was really excited when I got the mugs.
They're nice
mug
little,
mats,
nice little projects, aren't they?
Oh, they're
Achievable
beautiful,
projects.
beautiful projects. Because it's just straight lines.
Right.
That's all it is. And you know, if you're not used to quilting or anything like that, it's a really good introduction.
Yeah. Do you think somebody who's never quilted before then is going to be able to have a go at these?
Me, I hadn't done much quilting at all, so you know, this was ideal. It really was. So it's so simple.
Oh, brilliant! We're going to be able to go through it all then, fingers crossed.
Hopefully, yes.
So with the different patterns, do you think, I said earlier on that I don't know whether you would need to have been slightly more intermediate with the other one, or were they both give it a go, beginners?
Definitely give it a go for beginners.
Brilliant.
Because you know, they are just straight lines, and it is just following it step by step. There's nothing sort of complicated, nothing unusual about it. So you know, I really enjoyed them, and in fact I got a bit carried away, so I did the 3 here. And then I thought, oh, right, you know, I'll do rainbow runs. So, and I love the rainbow ones. I'm afraid at the moment, what I was thinking of was, if you know anybody in the NHS.
Oh, good idea.
You could give it as a gift. Wouldn't it be
idea.
wonderful? You know, because of the rainbow. And equally, we were saying about the width of the panels and things like that. If you've got plain fabric, you can actually mix and match, so you'll be able to, you know, use it for other projects. So that panel you'll be able to use for sort of coordinated projects as well. So yes, I did get a bit carried away.
No, but they're brilliant. They look beautiful, and they look completely different in the different options as well.
They do.
So when you get it home, you get your panel. Now, there's plenty of fabric on there, isn't there?
Yes. So the panels are all printed. So if we just have a look at this one, and you can see the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then this particular pattern is this one here.
Yeah.
And then what you'll do is it gives all the information and about the length of the strips that you're going to cut. So what I would suggest is sort of get an idea of what you would like your panel to look like in the end. You can play around with it. You know, you can play around with the different strips and things like that. And once you've cut your strips out, what I suggest is actually putting a number on the back, and that will help you when you're placing. So
brilliant.
It's really good. So you get your panels. There'll be 3 of those printed on the batting, and then you'll trim the panels down and 1/4 of an inch all the way round. So from the solid line, you'll you'll cut your 1/4 of an inch all the way round. Then you spray baste. I've got one that I can that I didn't spray, and again, this is something I've not used much before. I think you've got have you got June Taylor's one?
Yeah, we've got June Taylor's, or we've got the 505. I suppose it's good to, you know, if you've got the 505 spray, that's brilliant. But also the June Taylor's is the one, again, that is very, very similar to your 505. It's just personal preference on basting sprays. Just do make sure that you're using it in a well ventilated room. But it's all right.
I was going to, but I won't do it in here.
No, it's fine. It's okay. We're only doing a little spray. I'm just thinking if you're doing big quilts, you just got to be aware that if you are using,
and just do it, you know, quite close to the actual batting. So that didn't take much at all.
No, Cara's using the 505, which we actually did have available for later, so we can bring it forward. But it is brilliant because it's a temporary adhesive, isn't it? So
it is.
You do have movement with it. You can peel it away. They both do the same thing. It's just personal preference.
So just press it onto your the background fabric, and the background fabric you want to make sure that it's actually more than an inch wider than the actual edge of the batting. And the reason for that is, we'll look at it later, but you'll be actually making your binding from the backing.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be folding that over. So I want to try and get to that stage so I can show you how to do that. But that will just hold that nice and securely. It won't move or anything like that. If you don't have any spray or anything, you can always use a few pins. Just be careful that you don't sort of leave the pins in for very long, because obviously they might mark the back of the fabric and everything, and you'll need to move your pins when you start machining.
Right, okay.
Okay, so shall we have a go?
Absolutely.
I love the kitchen one. I've actually also pre-prepared some some of the rainbow one as well. So
Lovely.
we can play around depending on how much time we have. So let's just move that out of the way. So as I said before, you'll choose your strips, you'll cut your strips down. Now you can do that with a rotary cutter or you can do it with scissors. It's entirely up to you, whichever one you want. I found that when I had enough room, it was fine to actually use the rotary cutter and just make sure that you match the line with the edge of your ruler. You cut your pieces, you number them on the back, and before you actually start machining, what I would suggest you do is just lay them out and just see whether you're happy with your choice of patterns.
There's no right or wrong, is there? But
No,
it's just
not at all. I mean, what I
did,
I went for, I love these blues and, you know, the aquas and the cream. So you do that, and then number 5. So this gives you an idea of what it will look like when you've completed it. So there you go. So I'm quite happy with that. I've used all of those panels there, and then I've used the coloured panels there.
Nice.
So, right. So then we take it to the machine and start stitching.
So you first stitch them together before you stitch to your quilt? Or
No.
You do it all in one go?
All in one go.
So different to when you're doing actual patchwork, you're doing it all together, your front, your back and your wadding?
Yes. So what we'll do is take number 1.
Now, are the blue lines your stitching lines?
The blue line is actually your placement line for your pieces of fabric.
Okay.
Okay, so you match the shape of fabric with the blue line there. You take your number 2 piece, which is there, and you lay one on top of the other, like that. Don't worry if yours is slightly over. Maybe when you were cutting it's slightly bigger or slightly smaller. Don't worry about that. There's no problem at all. And what we'll be doing is 1/4 of an inch, roughly 1/4 of an inch down there.
Okay.
And you'll be machining piece 1 and piece 2 together. Okay.
Do I need to put my walking foot on, or should I be all right?
You can put a walking foot on. I've actually not put a walking foot on this one because I didn't have a walking foot at home and I was still able to do all of them at home. So what I suggest you do as well is because the quilting is going to show on the wrong side, you want to sort of have a stop-start at the beginning of your quilting line. So you want to just do that. Just find the foot. Oh, okay. So needle down, as I say, about 1/4 of an inch. We'll do a locking stitch. It's lovely and slow. Lovely and slow and quiet. If you want to, you can pin those together, but I found that it wasn't necessary. So as I say, just pop down there, do another locking stitch at the end. So I've stitched piece 1 and piece 2 together. Just get rid of the thread on the back, make it nice and neat. Then you'll open those 2 up and you can finger press this. I would finger press it. You don't want to iron it at this stage, because it will flatten the batting. So you actually, you know, want to make sure it's just finger pressed there. So take panel 3, and again right sides together, and then you do 1/4 of an inch again. So you'll see this grows really, really quickly. I love doing the bags. The Quilt-as-you-Go bags are really good as well. Another locking stitch, which is very slow. We'll talk amongst ourselves what that's doing. And just again, finish with the locking stitch. Normal stitch length as well. Then we'll finger press again. And as I say, please don't worry if you're coming off the line slightly. You know, because I haven't placed them properly. So then you'll take piece 4 and you'll match that up. Because when you do the panel 5, that will cover any irregularities. So you want to try and keep it within the square if you can. I wasn't very successful today. Okay.
Remember, we do have the panels on their own, by the way. This is the one that's for the kit and for the Quilt-as-you-Go. So you get the Quilt-as-you-Go and the panel included. If you do just want the panel on its own, maybe you've got the kit already and you're thinking of making some extra bits and bobs, or you're just thinking of something else in mind, because these, I love that kitchen panel. I think that's so lovely.
It's so lovely. I mean, there's just so many things that you could do with it. And I think you do it by the quarter metre as well.
Yeah, we do.
You know, different ones. So that's your first 4 panels. So we take panel number 5, and that will be lining up along the edge there. And again, just match that to the line. Pin it if you want to, and then we'll just do the 1/4 metre.
Seems to behave itself all right though,
yes.
doesn't it?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I haven't got any best press, but if we had best press,
there you go.
that would be really nice to sort of make it nice and smooth.
We're really limited. I mean, we've got how many? Less than 5 of them. We've got 4 bottles. It's the this is the lavender and vanilla, which is beautiful. It smells amazing. Not only does it, of course, help you with any biased edges or just give you a bit more stability. I find, yeah, it tends to behave itself a bit more when you give it a good old spritz. But if you have used starch sprays in the past and you haven't got on with them, give Best Press a try, because it won't gum up your needle or it won't leave any sort of flaky residue on your fabrics. It's really, really lovely quality, and you've got so much in there, it's going to last. It's just $11.99, and if anything else, it makes your workroom smell beautiful.
I bet.
I love lavender so much. It's £11.99.
So as I say, then you'll just finger press that, push that right to the edge, and you can see that matches the line. Do you remember that edge wasn't very neat? There were rough edges, but you can see, because we've actually put the panel over the top, you've covered any irregularity at all. So just press that over. Then number 6. So we'll have a go with that. So you can see how quickly they come together. It's really, really good.
Yeah, these are really lovely gift ideas, aren't they?
And as I say, for a beginner, it is just straight lines of stitching, and it's just very, very straightforward. What you can do is actually choose a contrast colour as well if you wanted to.
This would be nice.
So on one of the rainbow ones, I decided to use a bright orange because I wasn't sure what colour would actually go with all of them. So
we've got some great colours coming up in the next hour.
Yes.
I'm thinking, what about if you want to personalise it, Cara? When do I need to do that?
I would actually do it before. There's 2 ways. You can either do it before you actually stitch the panels together. But for stability, I would actually maybe do it once you've done this bit before you do the binding. So, you know, there's options really. The only reason why I say that is that when it's without the batting, it's just cotton fabric. So it's not as firm as it would be when you've got the batting. So.
I'm with you. It would be lovely to personalise though, wouldn't it?
Oh gosh,
I know how much you love hand sewing as well. You
oh
do
my
some
goodness!
Beautiful little
I
personalisation.
know. Yes, I mean I was, you know, French knots and names and different things like that. So if you've got a few people, you know, they can have their own mat, which means that you haven't got any cross contamination or anything. So okay, so then the last one, pop that down. So this is the last one. We're coming along.
I can hear you both, it's fine. Just so you know. Sorry, I was having issues with hearing to Paul. I'm just talking to the voices in my head, Cara.
I always do that every day. There
was something with our mics this morning, everything was really loud, and I think the little jewellery maker fairies have been coming in and doing a DVD in here or something. They're like the annoying siblings that come in and mess with your stuff. They've done something to my microphone and it's really, you're ever so loud in my ear, but we're all right.
Okay, that's the final one. So there you go. That's all it is.
Amazing.
Yeah. So what you want to do at this stage is actually press it. So I'll just move those. I think I put the iron on.
Oh, by the way, don't worry. If you if you've looked on it, I think it's sold out. We've just got a message from management. We're going to try and get some more of those in before the end of the hour, so I'll keep you updated on the best press. Now, if you want to do some real fancy sort of free motion quilting, or these are these are good ones to practice on, actually, aren't they?
Yes. I mean, with some of the machines, like the, you know, this one, you've possibly got lots of different stitches that you can use.
There's so many. There's hundreds of stitches on the machine.
So what you can do is actually go along the seams. You can go along, you know, lots of different things to just make it.
At this point?
Yes, before you do the binding. So I've just pressed that just to make sure it's nice and flat. And then the other thing you want to do is before you actually do the binding, I'll just get, whoops, I think that one will do. You will be actually measuring about 1 inch from the edge. So you can see with this one, got it upside down. So with this one, was slightly out, but that's quite straight. So you want to trim it to about 1 inch. I think I'm doing okay. I must have trimmed this one before. So that's approximately 1 inch. Don't worry if it's slightly out. Should be okay. This one looks a little bit bigger. So that's the reason why you want to make sure that your backing fabric is big enough.
Okay.
And then you'll just trim any excess fabric off. I think I need a new blade on mine.
You did say that.
Been doing lots and lots of stitching recently, so
ready for a new blade.
Yes.
How often do you change it? Well, probably not often enough.
No, definitely not.
You should do it virtually every sort of
project
really.
Yeah,
or sharpen it, not change it. You can sharpen them, can't you?
Yes, I mean, you know, I don't do a massive amount of quilting or things like that. But if you're doing quilting, then I think you'd want to you know, change it pretty frequently.
Can't you? If it's not going through your fabric nicely.
So I like this. I think this
is a
nice little project.
Well, it's good to just have a smaller. You don't always need your big ironing board, do you?
No. So actually, looking at that, I am a bit off. Just going to trim that so it's straight. Do it on the back of that. So I'm looking at the distance there, and it's a bit bigger there, even though it may not be 1 inch. I think I just need to make sure that it's even. So, and this is, you can use this method for binding, you know, other projects. So if you've got your cushion or something like that, and you want to actually do the binding, you can use this method. So what we're going to do is actually fold this in, and you're going to fold it to the batting.
Okay.
So you fold that line in. I love this iron as well. I think I need one of these.
We have got the mini iron back in stock. It arrived back in last week after us asking for it for so long. I don't know why. We literally had to have, so we bought it in last week and we said, right, everybody's been asking, we had to have a bit of a warning. We weren't allowed to even put it on the website straight away. We had to wait until a certain time, and we're like, right, it's live, and it went crazy. It was brilliant. It was like Glastonbury tickets or something, wasn't it, when the Prim Mini iron came back in? It is really, really powerful, though. It's a great iron to say, you know, I would by no stretch of the imagination call this a travel iron. It's definitely
a project.
It is definitely a real good sturdy iron, and it has got the steam option as well. So dressmakers, it is a really great iron. I've got one of these and I love it. It's $39.99.
So what I did was I folded the raw edge into the edge of the batting, and then I folded that again over like that.
Right.
Okay. So any discrepancies along that line, don't worry, you're covering it. And when we do actually, sorry, it's steaming. When we do actually machine that, you will just be machining right close to the edge.
Okay.
So, right. So the next thing is that's all folded over, and you will actually fold this in. Right. Diagonally. I don't know if you can get
we can see that. Perfect.
Okay. So you're folding that corner in and getting that parallel to the batting.
Oh yeah, brilliant.
Okay. You can press that. and then you're going to fold it in up to the batting. So the raw edge is matching the batting, and you've got this funny sort of, you know, mitre there, and you're thinking, how's this going to work? It took me a few times to just get used to it. So just press that along.
Is this your way of doing it? Do they say do they give you any instructions?
They do give instructions. So actually, I've got it there, but they do give instructions, and there is some videos online as well.
Oh, that's what I love about June Taylor. They've got a really good online presence. They've got lots of videos and all sorts on there, haven't they?
So can you see? So we've done that funny sort of mitered corner. When you fold that up now.
Oh, that gives you that nice and neat finish.
You get a nice neat finish. I'm just going to put a wonder clip there. So turn it and do that again. So we folded that all the way over. Let me just press that again. And what I love, I've actually used obviously the stripes. And can you see that one edge is a solid colour?
Oh, lovely.
And the other one is a mix of all the patterns.
Get nice little scrappy binding as well.
You do. So again, we fold that corner up like that and press. I've got one of those little mini ironing boards, and I get on the floor to do my ironing in my sewing area. And then we're folding that up to meet, just make sure that you get a nice sharp edge there. So the raw edge is meeting the edge of the batting. This is why it's so important to accurately cut that extra 1/4 of an inch round the actual mat. And then again, very carefully, we fold that up, and you've got that nice mitered corner again. So I'm just going to pop a clip there just to hold it. You can pin it. Ooh, that's spitting everywhere, sorry.
You can press the steam button in. If you press that in, that big button, sorry, at the bottom, underneath, that big button that's poking out, that's off now.
Oh, fine, sorry. So that's that double binding.
We want no spitting, do we, in the current situation?
No, definitely. Oh, definitely not. Doesn't seem very hot. Let me just maybe put it up a bit higher. Ooh. So, done that again. So we'll fold again up to the raw edge, and you'll notice actually, because I wasn't too accurate when I put this onto the fabric, I should have taken more time to make sure that there was an inch either side.
Okay.
You'll notice that I've got a little bit more fabric here, but again, don't worry, because when you've actually done the binding, so we folded there and pressed, then you raw edge to the batting, just press along there.
We're still waiting, by the way, for the best press. We're going to hopefully get it. If it's not this hour, it'll be in the next hour. It's going to be delivered and booked into the system.
And then we fold that again. And you can see you've got that lovely binding, and it does look pretty neat all the way around. When you get back to the beginning, you think, oh gosh, what do I do now? Open that bottom one up, fold that, fold it again, and then you're just doing the final corner exactly the same way. So fold it over, fold that again, and fold that again. Okay, so that's what you do. Would you like me to whiz round? Okay, so we'll pop that below.
Yes, please. Just before you whiz round, go on, Hannah. Oh, the Linear Rainbow bundle, this one. It's just called Rainbow. It's just called Rainbow on the graphics. I know that we've got the Rainbow Spotty one as well, but you do get the panel And then you also do get, of course, your Quilt-as-you-Go, and that's got all 3 of your mug rugs or mug placemats on there, your mug mats. All 3 of them on there. So for £19.99, great gift idea for somebody. It really, really is. And you've got loads of fabric. Just so you know, less than 10 of those now available. So, well, in fact, did you say less than 5? Less than 5. Less than 5 of those available. Do check out as soon as you can. That is about to go. If you missed that, then have a look for the spotty one, because there might be a few more of the spotty.
So when you get to the corner...
Where did you start? Sorry, Cara.
Sorry, I started down one side.
Just in the middle, randomly? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, down one side. And as I say, you want to make sure that your stitch... I don't know if the camera can see. I'll bring it over to here in a moment so you can see how close the top stitching... I've changed my stitch length to 3 because I think it just gives a better effect. And then I'm just machining down as close to the edge, about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge as possible. Obviously, when you're doing this at home and not standing and live on air, you'll be a bit more accurate than I am. So just come down here.
When you're approaching the corner, when do you know when to stop?
You stop on the diagonal line, so where the mitre is, so say this is the mitre and I'm coming down here, you'll try and stop your needle just on the mitre.
With your needle down?
Yeah, needle down, and then lift the foot up, turn, rotate, and just make sure that everything's nice and smooth. You notice that because we've pressed, and we press so well, there's no need to pin this. And it is just such a lovely, quick project.
Yeah, I mean, I know you did the cutting beforehand.
Yes.
But other than that, that's 20 minutes, isn't it?
And then just in that corner, so my needle's down just against the mitre, needle down, foot up, and then rotate. And, you know, with something like this, you could do a lovely contrast, you know, depending on what you've got in your kitchen, you know, you could choose one of the colours to do as a contrast. I've done this just in white.
It depends how confident you are in your top stitching.
Yes.
I would stick with white, but if you're practicing it and you're really confident with your top stitching, you could pick out one of those lovely lime greens or oranges, blues. Look beautiful. Or one of the variegated threads even.
Oh my goodness, I love variegated threads. Absolutely love them. So again, just rotate, and then I'm coming back and I'm just going to do a couple of stitches extra and then do a locking stitch. And I love the effect. You've got the effect of the quilting, and as Hannah said, you know, you could do your decorative stitches over the top, but I wouldn't do that. You know, I'd do that before you actually do your mitring.
Yeah.
Mitring, the binding. So if we have a look, you can see that this is the actual stitch line.
Camera. It's spinning around. Thank you.
It feels like me. So we'll just show you along there.
Are you all right, Cara? Spinning round.
A bit whirling dervish. Have to wake up this morning. Okay, shall I just leave my fingers there and then you can see. So there's the top stitch line, and there's only a tiny amount of your binding.
Oh yeah.
So because you had those, you know, any of the discrepancies or anything, so you can see the same along there. And then that's the back of your mat.
Oh, it's
lovely,
that's your
mat
isn't it?
finished.
So it's it's the same with all 3, isn't it? The difference in pattern on the others again is no more difficult, you wouldn't say?
No, I mean this one I think is possibly one that uses the most pieces.
Yeah.
That one you could see you only got 7 pieces, and I think there were 7 different patterns on that particular panel.
We've got just under 10 minutes, so we
can do another one.
This one and see how we get on with the different shapes. This one's your rainbow spots. Remember, the kit comes with your Quilt-as-you-Go, which is your wadding that's already got all of the numbers. And I know not very clear on screen, but at home the numbers are really, really clear, aren't they?
Yes, I mean there are the numbers there. I'm going to turn that around so I can read read it properly.
If you do want rainbow, I think this is the only way of getting rainbow. I think a lot of people are taking on your idea of maybe knowing somebody working in the NHS, or just, I think rainbows has just got us through the last few months.
I know, and they're just
so
lovely, you know, and to have something like this, you will wash it and use it over and over again.
Right.
And when we get through all of this situation, you know, in years to come, it's a nice memory.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It's something sort of, you know, you enjoyed making it, or you enjoyed making it and giving it as a gift for somebody.
Yeah, good idea.
So number 1, so again, I've labelled them on the back. Number 2, now this one, you'll see some of the numbers on the back I have actually altered. So let's find number 3.
What do you mean you've altered?
Right, so when I first cut them out and I laid them up, I think I got another one of these.
And you had it next
there,
to it, and you thought,
I thought, oh no, that doesn't look right. So you know, you can. This is why it's nice to actually just place them in the right position. There isn't on the chevron one. There isn't a number 4.
Oh,
for some reason, there's not a number 4. So you go from number 3 to number 5. Strange, don't know why. So number 6 again. I think I had another one of these, so that was, you know, too close to that. Number 6 there, number 7, number 8, and again, that I think I've changed. So there, number 12, number 11.
nice.
Okay. The only difference, once you've machined all of these, is you've got all of these extra bits around the edge.
Okay.
So what you want to do is actually trim those, and the way you do that is that you fold your lining out of the way, and you'll turn it over. I'm not going to turn it over now because it will go everywhere, but you'll turn it over and you're going to
Stitch them down
trim.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stitch them down first, and then you're going to trim the extra fabric out of the way, and you trim to the line of the batting.
I'm with you.
So, you know, that's important to know with this particular one. You've got lots of fabric that's going to be sticking over the edge. So if you've got a bit of time, I'll get started on this.
Fab.
Yeah. So I'll just take them off again.
I do like them in the rainbows. Do you? They look
it's
really
beautiful,
lovely. The spotty
absolutely
one's nice as
beautiful.
well. I think this is the only way of getting the rainbows now is the spotty option.
And as I say, I would, at home, I'd choose a fabric and use that for the back. So I've got some more of this that I can use for something else. So,
good idea.
Right, number 1 and number 2. So number 1's there, number 2's there.
Good chance maybe with the early bird, you know, with the grey.
Yes, with the grey. Oh gosh, yes. Grey's so popular for quilts and things like that, isn't it?
Well, John was only saying the other day that he's really struggling to get hold of it.
Yeah.
I think, like you say, it's popular for everything, for bag makers, for dressmakers, for soft furnishings especially, but also quilters.
Yes. So this one, you're going to be machining 1/4 of an inch down there, but you only want to go to the line there. You won't carry on, obviously. You just go to the line. This extra fabric is there because you need it for the next piece.
That makes sense. Reminds me a bit of like foundation paper piecing.
I haven't done that yet. I watched the other day.
Your next one.
My gosh, this is
so
just
lovely,
oh
aren't
my
they?
goodness. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm thinking that would be a really nice way to start.
Oh, honestly, because you can just take elements, even if you love, you know, this quilt and you're thinking, right, I'm not going to overwhelm myself. I'm just going to take one block at a time, and they're sashing together, aren't they?
I'd love to do something like that. I think I'd do like a cushion to start with.
But the seahorses in the book, there's so much you could just do seahorses,
Yes.
couldn't you? And mermaid. Oh, I just love it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. And if you've never done foundation paper piecing, did you watch Wendy Orlando?
Oh, I did.
And she was really, really clear. She made me feel that I could do it.
Yes, same here.
She'd never done it before either, so that was what was great.
No, I think they did ask me if I'd have a go, and I said, well, you know me, I'll have a go at anything, but I've never done it before. So I don't know, you may see me doing foundation paper piecing in the future. So I've done number 1 and number 2. You fold that back. I've been a little bit more accurate here.
Got a question from Poppy. Hi, Poppy.
Hi,
She
Poppy.
said good morning. Good morning. Does each kit make 3
Yes.
mug mats?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have a massive amount of fabric left over. So you do have to be very particular with the way you cut.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I would say to you. But yes, I made all 3 from one panel. Some of the panels I have more left over than others, but it depends on the colour matching and everything. And the other thing I want to just mention, with the 2.5-inch strips, you do need for the actual, I'll put it down here, you do need for the log cabin, you do need a 4.5-inch square. And what I did was I actually joined some of the 2.5-inch squares together. That's the only difference for the log cabin one. So.
And that's enough for the front and the back, isn't it? And your binding. So like you say, if you substitute for a bit in your stash, then you're going to have some left over as well. You'll have plenty of fabric. Thank you, Poppy.
Very good question. Very good question. So number 3, so I'm folding that over, matching it up to the raw edges, the blue line, and then just machine again.
We've got 2 more minutes, so we'll just see a few more go down.
And it is just so quick. But I love the rainbow, you know, the spotty rainbow. I love spots anyway. And again, when you're machining along here, you'll just stop just where the solid line on the batting is. And again, do your locking stitch because you've got the quilting showing on the back. So you're actually doing the quilting as you go. That's why that was a good name, isn't it?
It is really quick, isn't it? So doing all your patchwork and then your basting, then your quilting, then your backing, then your binding. It's all...
So we've machined down there, and that's where we stopped. So we've stopped along where that solid line is, and I've done my locking stitch. Then we'll fold this over, finger press it again until you've got the blue matching there. And you can see you've got the extra fabric, but you needed the extra fabric because you want it to cover right to the corner.
With you, okay.
So, so number 5 is the next one. So again, that will go there. Turn it over. And again, you've got the extra piece sticking over. So I'm going to start stitching and go along there. This particular one, you can see I actually did make sure I got the inch all the way round. So do number 1.
I think it's because you got it on slow, the tools.
No, it's pretty fast, yeah.
Oh, maybe it just takes its time this morning.
It likes
it's a bit
thinking about
this
it.
morning.
I know. I can remember this once before, that every time you did a locking stitch, it did take a little bit longer. So finger press that over. And as I say, don't worry if it doesn't match up exactly. You've got 1/4 inch and it will sort of sort itself out. So number 6, I think's next. That's that one.
Good idea, just number.
Yes.
You know, once you've laid them out and you're happy with your position.
Yeah, I used a friction pen.
Yeah.
So it didn't come through, and when I pressed it, it disappeared.
Good idea.
But yeah, definitely. It just means you're not having to think about it, especially with your colour placement. It's so much easier when you do it like that. So again, we're going to do 1/4 inch.
Yeah, I think we've run out of time.
We could carry on.
It is literally just the same. I was saying earlier on, I think this one's probably a bit more intermediate, but actually just seeing you do that, I think adventurous beginners, go for it. If you've never done quilting before, this is ideal.
And they are such lovely projects, and it's just so nice to give as a gift. And you know, I loved all the personalisation. Sort of, you could have gin time or tea time.
Yeah, really achievable projects that you could just do in an afternoon. Sometimes you don't want to commit yourself to doing a project that's going to take you months and months to do. You just sit and do it in an hour. So
I know, wonderful.
Even if they say. Even if they sit in the present cupboard ready to go, it isn't necessarily something that you think, oh, at the moment, you're not quite sure who. It's just good to have in the prezi cupboard, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Right, so thank you very, very much. We'll see you in an hour with a backpack.
I know.
Love that fabric. We had that by the half metre come in, and it sold out the first time that it was in. So excited to have that back. Thank you, Cara. We'll see you in an hour. This is how you get in touch. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. So the rainbows are proving very, very popular indeed. I think the one may have sold out. I think this is the only other way of getting the rainbows now, which is in the spot panel. So you're getting your panel. Remember, you've got plenty of fabric here if you want to do all three of your placemats. If you are using Cara's advice and saying, right, actually, do you know what? I'm going to just take some of the solid fabric that I've got in my stash and use them for the back of your mat, then it's going to go even further. So you get your Quilt-as-you-Go, really quick and simple, great for pre-cuts, brilliant for somebody that's never tried quilting before. The finished size is 8.5 inches by 10.5 inches, which is 10.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Ideal for your gin and some little crisps and bits and bobs, or a cup of tea and bickies, or wine and cheese and biscuits, whatever you fancy. Oh, nice gifts for people. They're really lovely gifts. I like that idea. So that one, just $19.99, and as Poppy asked, yes, enough for all three placemats. You get all three placemats in the kit. The spot panel is also available today on its own. Now, we have constantly, for obvious reasons, had so many people asking us about our rainbow panels. This is exclusive to us. It's absolutely beautiful. It's really, really wide. It's 140 wide. So look, you get so much beautiful fabric exclusive to us for just £12.99. Reds, blues, we get your whole rainbow, red and yellow and red. We were, don't start again. Do you remember when we were trying to think of it was Richard of York gave battle in vain, isn't it? But then Hannah just went, the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. It was like, no, we're not just doing sayings. I'm telling you the name of the rainbows. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. She does it in a bingo caller voice as well. Oh dear. What did you say? Red sky at night. Shepherd's delight, red sky in the morning, shepherd's pie. That is not a saying, Paul. Oh, it's funny. Okay, you've been living a lie for all of those years. Okay, let's go for in the kitchen. The one that you saw Cara working on is this one. This one. I really like this this panel. I think if you get this by the ½ metre, you can do some great accessories to go with as well. So the kit, you get your pre-printed exclusive panel. These are exclusive kits to us. And you also get your Quilt-as-you-Go. So all three of your Quilt-as-you-Go mug mats. Just £19.99. I love that we have had a nice little binding demo as well. It's definitely worth jotting down today's date of how to do that, because that's another different way of doing your binding. And as Cara said, that's going to be a great way of doing it with cushions as well. Really nice idea. So the panel on its own, I believe, is available as well. If you do want the in the kitchen panel, I know that Cara mentioned, I think we've got this one in the big, I don't know if we've got it in the child's quarters, but I feel like we've got it in the fat quarters, or the 4 quarters, which would look beautiful for different projects as well. So definitely worth typing in on the website in the kitchen, seeing what comes up. But these are brilliant, aren't they? They're exclusive to us and they're so different. The detail that's gone into them, the thought that's gone into them. You've got little jug, like gravy boats and milk jugs. You've got coffee pots and teapots. little mugs. They're so lovely, aren't they? And look, all the knives and your placemats and your hot pots. It's just so beautifully detailed. I keep seeing something different in it every time I see this. So that's available on its own for just £12.99. Great value for money as well. And you've got all of the, I want to say, sort of complementing fabrics. Quite often when you're trying to just put together scraps, you're thinking, right, is this going to look just a bit scrappy or is it going to work? Whereas all of these, as you know, are going to complement each other absolutely beautifully. 2.5-inch strips. There's loads of patterns that call for 2.5-inch strips. In fact, these are going to be really, really nice as well. I'm thinking your rainbow one in particular with the book that we're launching in the next hour. Very, very limited is the Harbour Bundle. Now, this one is gorgeous. I can see why. I can see why indeed. It's very, very nice indeed. So you get your panel and you also get your June Taylor Quilt-as-you-Go mug mats. Just £19.99. When you're looking at nautical theme projects, they're always very, very popular. But I do love the detail in the background. You haven't got a solid colour. They're almost like linen sort of texture background on those. If you just want the panel, so there's the bundle. If you just want the panel on its own, remember 140 wide. Oh, it looks nice with the mermaid in the background. See, I'm seeing this as quite fairy tale. I know my goddaughter would love these projects. I love these projects. But if you want to give it a bit more of a grown-up sort of feel to it still, what about using this sort of fabrics with your greys and doing like seahorses and the mermaid still would look so much different if you were to put it in this fabric. Be ideal as well actually having a panel like this for it because you just need small pieces. £12.99 for your exclusive panel. It is lovely, isn't it? And the detail on it is pretty amazing. So much detail. So that's the panel on its own. It is exclusive to us. That one's slightly different. You've got the little bit of white in between. So you could do some gorgeous pin-tuck cushions with those. Got a bit of wiggle room there. Okay, the last panel. Oh no, sold out. Gone. Last panel's gone. Right, the book. Coming up at the start of the next hour, we're launching the So Magical book. You've already found it. Do you know what I said? I know that we haven't put the graphics live, so I don't even know the code, but I know a lot of people have gone searching on the website and have managed to find it. If you want it, stay tuned. We're going to be launching it in the next hour. It is exclusive to us for the next week. You can't get it anywhere else. So very, very excited about this. Also, we're looking into getting this booked in. We only had 4 of these when we started today. Only had 4. During the hour, being contacted by Hayley. They're being booked in as we speak. So hopefully in the next hour, we will be able to bring these in. By 9:30, they should be in the system. So 9:30, be back because we will make sure that we bring back the best press. Lots of people were missing that. I'm ever so sorry. I know we were really limited. So we'll bring that back at 9:30 as it's being booked in. Hot off the press, back in stock very soon. Okay. Do not go anywhere. Check out your baskets on any of the kits if you haven't already. And we're back with an exclusive brand new book right after this. If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells.
My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great.
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
And it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited.
We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and gemporia.com.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
Hello everyone, my name's Cara Ackerman and I'm absolutely delighted to be here at Sewing Street. I actually originated from Hertfordshire, then went down to Hampshire and then it ended up in the East Midlands. I've been in the East Midlands for about 40 years now, which seems crazy, but 36 of those I actually worked with DMC Creative World, which was wonderful. I really enjoyed that. And then I decided to go freelance and that's how I got introduced to Sewing Street. I love doing anything to do with textiles, so embroidery, cross stitch, patchwork, done a bit of quilting, bag making, toy making, oh goodness, there's loads and loads of things. What I love doing is just trying something new, and I think one of the tips is don't be frightened of trying something new. You always learn from it, and you know, don't be scared of making mistakes either. We all learn from the mistakes that we make. Little bit about me that you might not know and that's a bit of a surprise. I once went to the garden party down at Buckingham Palace, the Queen's garden party, for some work that I did with Marie Curie. I was so lucky to go there and just a wonderful time. So I hope to see more of you on Sewing Street and I hope to try lots of new crafts with you. So see you again soon. Bye bye. Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw from Sewing Street and these are my 5 top tips for successful sewing. So number 1, always use a good quality thread. A good quality thread will keep your seams stronger and also help to prevent lint building up inside your sewing machine. Tip number 2, if your project isn't going quite according to plan, put it down, walk away from it, come back again the next day and you'll probably find that things don't seem half as bad as they did. My tip number 3, never throw away your sewing machine manual, always keep it to hand because you're going to find hints and tips, techniques and troubleshooting in that manual. You'll miss it if you lose it. My tip number 4 is to read your pattern instructions before you even cut out your fabric. Different manufacturers of patterns will give you different instructions, different ways of constructing your garments and different seam allowances. So to have a successful garment, you need to follow the instructions precisely. And then tip number 5 is don't give up. Every professional sewer sewed their first seam. Every professional quilter quilted their first quilt. Every professional quilter sewed their first line of wonky stitches and had to get out the quick and pick. That's no different to you. So I hope you find these useful. If you want more hints and tips, then why not go to Sewing Street on channel 74 on Freeview, on Sky 670, and of course we have a YouTube channel where you can catch up on previous demonstrations. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back. Are we ready for some myths, magic and monsters? We love this book. And it's exclusive to us for the next week, which we're very lucky, very privileged to have it. It's launching officially today. We were saying, right, we hadn't bought the graphics until now. There you go. So in the book, it's brilliant because you've got 7 different projects, but 16 different blocks. Those of you that have never tried foundation paper piecing before, hopefully if you watched the show last week with Wendy Orlando, you're inspired. We had a beautiful kit and we had a great project last week of foundation paper piecing. We have never seen a book like this though, ever. We've had a book before and it sold out during the show and we said, oh, I don't even know if we've got any other foundation paper piecing books. We might have a couple of books that have got a foundation paper piece project, but the benefit of doing foundation paper piecing, oh, put my teeth back in, foundation paper piecing, is because you get fantastic precision. I can't say my piece at all. I literally started like taking the mick out of myself by doing it over and then like got carried away and then still couldn't say it. Right, so you get fantastic precision from doing foundation paper piecing. So let's have a look, dive into the book. It's brand new. Nobody's ever seen it before until right now. There's loads of you have already checked it out. I absolutely love it. So don't get me wrong. You might be able to do it with certain rulers or if you're very, very accurate, but gosh, I tell you what, it makes life so much easier doing it with this method. And I know it is a method that a few of us have been daunted about during our sewing journey, but actually seeing Wendy Orlando, who had never done it before, tackle it last week and really simplify and demystify it for us was brilliant. Oh, I love the little gnome. He could be a Christmas one. Those of you that loved Christmas makes over the weekend, he could be a little Christmas gnome. You've got your Pegasus, you've got a Cyclops, this is so much fun. You've got a knight, you've got your dragon, you've got a lovely castle, wizard, mermaid, dragon, unicorn, gnome, princess, fairy, dragon, seahorse. We said even if you were to change the seahorse with some of the nautical fabric that we had in the last step, it'd be brilliant. So you're going to see this lady in a minute. Lovely Wendy has actually filmed a VT for us, which is brilliant. Mary has done a VT for us. So we're going to have a watch of that in a second. But Mary talks through how to prepare your patterns at the start. She's using the add a quarter rulers, which we'll talk about. We have got those available in stock, which again are really useful to prepare your seams. Joining segments, joining blocks. So that first section is just a bit of a crash course in paper piecing. And then you've got your unicorn pillow. Not only do you get your foundation paper piecing, you also have, of course, all of how to actually put your cushion together and how to quilt as well. So you've got your large pillow. I love this, your fairy. That's so cute, isn't it? Once again, I love the idea of using maybe some of your metallic threads, some of your favourite fabrics, maybe some glittery fabrics that we've seen. We've got some perfect fabrics, in fact, actually, that would complement these projects beautifully. And then we've got the quilt that's behind me. So you've probably spotted this. It's 43.5 inches by 59 inches. So it's a great size, but because you've got all the different blocks and then the sashing in between, I think it's something that you could just focus on one block and put it to one side, or if you want to repeat certain blocks, or if you just want to use one of them on a cushion or on a bag. They're brilliant, aren't they? I absolutely love that wizard. He's brilliant, isn't he? So you've got your lap quilt, everything that you need, all of your instructions available. Remember, you've got so many projects. You can pay sort of up to, you know, £10 for a pattern. So much here. Your baby quilt with lovely little seahorses. I must say, I do love the seahorse one. Your mermaid is gorgeous. That's the one that's hanging on the set as well. You've probably noticed the mermaid. We've had lots of people messaging in about the mermaid. Some of the boutiques are going to look brilliant for the mermaid. So we've got Mary, who is the author of the book, who has sent in a short little video. She wanted to say hello. So have a quick watch. This is from the author of our brand new book.
Hi, I'm Mary Hurdle, and I'm a paper piecing pattern designer from the US. I grew up on a farm, and I really love to paper piece animals, and that's basically where I started. But with this new book, so magical, I have stretched out into a whole new arena. My older son, he is in his 20s, he and I were watching Game of Thrones and became enthralled by the dragons and the castles and all the magical creatures. So that's what So Magical is all about. It's 16 different blocks and all different mystical, magical images that fit into 7 different projects. And if you know anything about my other books, all the blocks in all the books are interchangeable. So you can take projects from other books and use these blocks in them. Let me show you just a few of the fun things. Here's a unicorn that I absolutely love this. And the great thing about the book is it really stretches from all different age levels. So imagine putting a unicorn like this in a pillow for a small child. But then I also have this adorable gnome, and the gnome would be great for adults or teens. The projects in the book range from pillows to lap quilts to backpacks. All kinds of fun things you can use in your home. Here's a princess. I love her. All of my books also include a wonderful how-to section. Paper piecing is so easy, it's basically sew by number. So here you can see in the book, you're going to get step-by-step directions. You can figure it out so easily, and you can see how, for instance, my wizard, all the pieces are sewn right onto the paper. So it's sew by number, you just follow the sequence. And later you rip the paper off and use your block in your pattern. Here's the culmination block, which is a castle. And this castle can be done in 3 different ways. So you can use it as a square, a rectangular castle, or as a full 4-piece castle. Wouldn't this full-size lap quilt be fun to make for someone special in your life? The different types of blocks in this book range from dragons to princesses, knights in shining armor, Pegasus, a griffin, gnomes, even a Tinkerbell. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you, Mary. It was so lovely to see her, and I know lots of you that might already have any of Mary Hurdle's books. As she was saying, you can interchange them between different blocks. She says all of her books sort of collide all together, which is brilliant. So you can actually mix and match different blocks from different books. And it isn't just a quilting book. You've got bags in here. You've got the backpack, which is behind me. And let's have a closer look at this, in fact, because you see what I mean about getting the precision that you get from foundation paper piecing. You get the accuracy, and you get that absolutely, well, very, very professional finish, don't you? But then, of course, you can add detail with hand sewing, and you can put it on different projects, whether you're a bag maker and you want to have a go at incorporating foundation paper piecing. So many great ideas. I love this. The unicorn's amazing. Now, we put a bit of a bundle together for the backpack. The book itself is only available on its own, and already about half the stock has gone. Bearing in mind, this is exclusive to us for a whole week, and we're going to be showing you this probably a lot this next week. And already half of the stock has gone. So I don't know whether we're going to be able to get any more from Mary, so we will obviously do our best, but make the most of it. We've put together a bit of a similar bundle to try and do a bag just like this, because this was one of Wendy's actual samples that she sent to us. So it's beautiful. Your backpack that comes with all of the fabric that you need, other than, you know, some of the smaller pieces to make the unicorn itself, because you want to make it personal to you. You might have some sparkly fabrics, or a great way of using up some scraps. So there was no point in us putting more half meters in because it wouldn't be cost effective for you. We know we've all got, of course, lots of smaller pre-cuts or scrap pieces that you want to use up. So we've put it with this beautiful, beautiful fabric. It's got metallic gold dots. It's just beautiful. Your polka dot in a metallic gold. So you get, looks like 1 meter of that here. You have 1 meter of your lovely metallic gold fabric. Plus then you've got 1/2 meter of your purple. Or it might even just be 1/2 meter, and then 1 meter of your white. I'll find out the breakdown for you, don't worry. £24.99, plus then you're going to get your ribbon as well. So for around the top, you get your ribbon, which is lovely. This is your denim ribbon. And then you're also going to get your eyelets. If you haven't got the tool to do the eyelets, don't worry. We're going to do it. We have got that available on the website. £24.99. So you have 1 meter of white, 1/2 meter of your purple. And yeah, you get 1 meter of your white with metallic gold spot. Plus then you're also going to get your denim ribbon, 1 meter of that. So Remember, you'll just need to add a bit from your stash for the unicorn itself for the foundation paper piecing. But all of your instructions of how to create this will be in your book. And it's a great bag, isn't it? I love that. That's one of my faves. That is literally one of my favourite projects from the book. It's beautiful. You might be able to interchange it. Well, you will be able to absolutely interchange it. You could have a princess in the centre. You could have the wizard, the cyclops. You could have the dragon through the centre. You could have any of, obviously, the ones that are going to fit vertically. They're all going to fit in. That's the great thing about Mary's books, is that they all sort of interchange. So you have got these 16 different blocks, which are all interchangeable. At Christmas, you could even do one with the gnome, couldn't you? You could do a gorgeous one with the gnome as well. The book itself on its own is £20.99, and you've got very, very, very clear templates. So what I would do is I'd print these off. Obviously, you're not going to be cutting these out because you want to keep the book intact. So print them off. Preferably, I would suggest onto your foundation paper piece paper. You can use, you know, a thin photocopy paper if you want. This one is ideal. It is absolutely ideal. But the projects are beautiful. There's the backpack. There's now less than 50 of the books, by the way. There's less than 50 books, which, just so you know, I don't think it's going to be enough to go around. So you've got all of the block patterns. So there's the one. These are all the ones that are interchangeable. You've also got these, which are interchangeable, and you've got the 2 square ones as well. I would love a quilt with all of these different characters on. Look amazing. Just unicorns, or just castles, or just cyclops. There's so many people that this is going to be ideal for, and goes through the ages, doesn't it? As Mary was saying, you can imagine gifting. Oh, my goddaughter would just love that mermaid one. I think we all know somebody that would love the mermaid one. I live in Warwick, and all the time, well, I say all the time, they do a birds of prey show there. So this bird I just absolutely love. It reminds me of where I live, seeing, because a few times during lockdown they by accident get yeah, it's a griffin, isn't it? It's a griffin. It's got a body of a lion, actually. You could probably do a lion head, couldn't you? Pardon? Yeah, look. I haven't seen a griffin flying about in Warwick, but a bird of prey. They do the birds of prey show. Not a griffin, but they're cool, aren't they? That's what it reminds me of. Look, your knight in shining armour, like Paul. I like the knight, and I love the 3-headed dragon. I can imagine doing, you know, you can just imagine children getting really sort of into all the different stories. You could do like a reading book, couldn't you? A reading cushion. So much that you're going to be able to do, which you've got the book of the blocks. If you manage to get the book now, there are less than 50 chances. So what I would suggest, I know that Mary has used the add a quarter ruler, and also definitely would suggest getting the paper. The reason being, it is open, so I can show you. It almost reminds me of sugar paper. It is specially developed for foundation paper piecing. So it will go through your printer. Now, I'm going to name and shame our Wendy, because she said, will it go through your printer? Because she tried to use something similar to this. But did she use baking parchment? She says it just straight away. She says, I put like paper with it, try and stabilise it almost. And she says it just completely crumpled up in my printer. Whereas this is designed to go through most of the inkjet printers. It should be absolutely fine. Can use it with most laser printers or photocopier machines. But it is thinner. So the great thing about it is if you're going through any of your blocks, any of your templates, especially if you've got any of the light boxes, it's going to be easy, but you can still really see through. I can see even clearer in the flesh. But you can see your lines nice and clearly. You're also going to be able to remove your papers really easily. So sometimes if you're using a thicker paper one, you're probably not going to be able to see your lines to sew through, but also it's going to be a bit harder to take them out. So that's brilliant to be able to have 100 sheets for $14.99. It's going to make life a lot easier. I know that Wendy said that she wishes that she had this, so she couldn't get it anywhere. She knew about it, but she couldn't get it anywhere. Also, compared to other papers that you can use, it won't shrink, it won't curl, it won't turn brittle when you're stitching. So sometimes when you're stitching through it, it might not hold as well. Sometimes we talk about changing your stitch length and sort of altering it all, whereas with this, it will hold beautifully during stitching and then it will tear away nice and easily as well. Just £14.99. Fabric won't slip on it either. It's not got a coating on it, so your fabric won't slip. Fantastic. Then the add a quarter ruler. Very low in stock though. They weren't in stock last week, were they? When we had them, Wendy used them and they weren't available in stock. So when you want to fold your paper back, you can use a piece of cardboard, or you can see how this part of the ruler is tapered. Can you see that it's just there, it tapers off. So you can fold your paper back on itself, and then this lip here is a perfect 1/4 inch. I don't know how to... If I flip that on that is a 1/4 inch exactly. So you butt that up against it before you make your cut to prepare your seam. Older models of the add a quarter ruler don't have that tapered edge, so that it was designed that you use it to butt it up and then you cut away your excess of your fabric so that you're left with your perfect 1/4 inch seam. It will all make sense completely when you're actually doing it. You don't have to use a bit of card or a credit card or something, or a postcard. You have got that tapered side to be able to fold your cardboard back onto it and get a nice scored edge. But then this is this is what the add a quarter was really, was the 1/4 inch lip. That's the new edition. You do get both, by the way, in the one packet. You do get both sizes. So if you are doing larger projects, then that's handy to have. There are some larger blocks in here. But also then if you are doing smaller, you don't need to be necessarily using your larger ruler. You've got both sizes, both really handy to have. 12-inch and 6-inch ruler. All the instructions are in there as well. They give you a great set of instructions. If you're checking out on this now, don't forget you can check out on as much as you want throughout the day, with still only paying 1 P&P. So if you've already checked out in the book, you can still make the most of any of these. Okay, we're getting a little bit low in stock on the book. Did you say you don't know whether we are going to be able to get it back? I don't know if we're going to be able to get it back. No, and I think a lot of people are waiting in their baskets. Don't worry, it's not like a lot of other places where if you check out once, then that's, your post and packaging, you have to keep paying it every time you check out. Don't worry, it's capped for the whole day. So all of your orders at the end of the day will be all bought together at the end, and you'll only pay that 1 P&P of £3.95. Okay, even if you buy a sewing machine. Best press, is it in? It's in. We're going to do it in 3 minutes time. We're going to do it in 3 minutes time, 1/2 the hour. Literally just been checked into the system, so we're going to give you one last warning. We thought there were only 4 bottles for the rest of today, but no, we've managed to get some more or booked into the stock, so that's coming up in 3 minutes. Also, I think this is going to be absolute ideal. I think this is one of our most magical, beautiful fabrics. 2.5-inch laser cut strips. Gorgeous colours. I think it's going to be ideal with the book. It will be lovely with the book. I'm thinking for the fairy, all of the different colours for the dresses of the fairy, or any of the unicorn. What about the dragon? It would be good like dragon skin, some of these, or the greens would be brilliant. The unicorn or the mermaid, absolutely ideal. It's $39.99 and it's going to go an awful long way. They are 112 wide, so there's a lot of fabric there. I know they're all packed up nicely in this, but you've seen them out before, and you do get so much fabric. So much fabric. It is ideal for this, and I'm really pleased that, yeah, this has been scheduled in time for it. 'Cause look at all those gorgeous colours. Your pinks and your purples, into your blues, into your what about your seahorse? The seahorse one would be beautiful as well. Absolutely love that. So I know that we see Barley Pops a lot, but just a reminder that they are perfect for this project. Great for lots of these projects. We've also got what, sorry? Oh, it's time, it's time, it's time. Okay. So earlier on, when we were looking at this with Cara, she suggested that it would be great, you know, sometimes when you're pinning a lot, because it's slipping and sliding out of place, if you give it a bit of a spritz of best press, I find that it does really, really help to just add a bit of stability to any lightweight fabrics. When you're pressing, we always talk about pressing in crafting, and it is so important. It really, really is so important. So to be able to give you... I always find when you're pressing it, it just makes it so much easier. If you get any real stubborn creases in fat quarters, it's brilliant. Another great use for it is if you're cutting on a bias, if you're working with any bias edges and you're handling them, you can find that they'll warp or they'll bend out of shape. If you give it a good spritz with best press, it will help to sort of stabilise that shape. Don't get me wrong, it's not going to permanently keep it that shape, but when you're working with it, it is going to help. A lot of starch sprays I know can really gum up your needle when you're sewing through them, or they can leave flaky or damp marks on your fabric. It's completely, even though it's a lovely purple colour, it will dry completely clear. So you can use it with any, well, it will just spritz it out completely clear. So it will not damage any of your fabrics. It's just £11.99, and that's for 500 mil, well, 499 mil. We only had 4 when we started the show, but I'm thinking if you've got any, I said if you've got any fat quarters, 30 have already gone. 30 have already gone, and the smell is beautiful. This scent in particular is my favourite. So if you've got any, you know, lighter weight, silky fabrics that tend to misbehave, or if you've got lots of crease, oh, if you give it a good spray, I've got that very wet. If you give it a bit of a spritz, I might need to turn my nozzle round, because you do have a spray, and then you also have like a misty option, more of a mist option. She's put it on shoot and spray like she's put it. Your options are shoot and mist like a water pistol. So I have given it a really good spray, but straight away that will dry. That will all dry. But that is just completely gotten rid of any of my creases. Let's try with a fat quarter. Don't say sorry. Let me just check. Oh yeah, see, like that's giving it a nice mist. This is with my little prim mini iron as well, and you can see, you know, sometimes when you get fat quarters home and they've got really stubborn creases, look at how quick they're coming out. And it isn't just lavender, that's lavender and vanilla. Oh, that smell is beautiful. Not only does it make all of your clothes, your fabric, and all of your workroom smell beautiful as well. You know when you freshly clean the house, it just smells like you freshly cleaned the house. I just put, yeah, the floor or any of those other cleaners just in the sink. And Karen comes in like, oh my word, you've been cleaning all day. It smells lovely in here. Now I've just sprayed my best press or just put a little bit in the sink. But it's so satisfying, and especially, if, as I say, if you are working with any bias edges, then it is going to help. You get no clogging. You can use it on all fabrics. It makes your ironing much easier. So I've just given it a little mist, and it will just get out any of those stubborn creases. I find it's quite good, actually, if you've got any static. So I've got few dresses that, you know, they get all staticky. If you just give it a bit of a spritz, then it tends to help to get the static out. I'm going to do one more fat quarter just because loads of people are checking out. So this is one of my Tilda fat quarters that when you get it, it's all folded up. It looks, I mean, it doesn't look too bad on the camera, but it's very creased indeed. And to get the precision and the accuracy, you do one of the first thing that you want to do when you get your fabrics home is give it a good press, give it a really good press. So you can see that it's got quite stubborn creases. Can you see? Give it a mist. Not a shoot like a water pistol. It's not an irritating smell. Do you know, sometimes can be quite overpowering. When you have something that's quite floral, sometimes it can irritate my nose, whereas actually that is just, it relaxes me. I do love lavender. I find lavender very relaxing indeed. I think it makes your pressing and ironing easier and then a bit more stable to work with. I find that I don't need to pin as much when I'm working with it. Smaller shapes with foundation paper piecing in particular, if you do want to give your fabric a good spray with Best Press before, then it's not going to be as fiddly, I don't find. It tends to behave itself a bit more. So, Best Press, it is going to last you as well. It's 499ml, so this is the larger bottle that we offer. And it is going to save so much time, I find. It is going to save so much time behind the ironing board. You can get sewing. It's just £11.99. This is the vanilla and lavender, which I believe might be the only one that we have in stock at the moment. It's worth having a look on the website. Just type in Best Press and see if there's any on there. But I think that this is the only one, especially the way that it's selling so quickly. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this to come back into stock. I'm pleased that you managed to get some more of those, Hannah, because when we came in this morning, we thought there were only 4. Just £11.99. Okay. We will keep you updated on stock levels of that. Also, by the way, today's early bird, I must remind you as well. There was a brilliant early bird today, which is limited now. Limited. And you get 2.5 metres of grey. So I'm thinking for any of your projects in the book, if you are thinking of backgrounds or borders or just using it, it is about to sell out. It's £13.96. Just wanted to quickly mention for anybody who missed the show at 8 o'clock. 100% cotton. Talking about solid colours, great for your foundation paper piecing, brilliant for your stash, great for everything. We've got a large selection on the website. I know that we don't always spend enough time talking about them, but they're always there. And just a reminder for anybody who's bought something already, it's definitely worth going to the web shop and seeing. This one's MLLJ94. This one's called Amethyst. It's a beautiful purple. Isn't that gorgeous? The purple, I think, is going to be brilliant for, look, you can see how we've got it as your sashing as well on the lap quilt. A purple would look lovely for so many of the projects. The fairy, the princess, the gnome, the castle. For linings of bags, for the outside of bags. It's only £3.49.5 metre. So, I mean, even if you are only using small parts of it for your foundation paper piecing, this needs a bit of a press, doesn't it? Need to get my best press out for this one. £3.49 for your amethyst. Oh yeah, the dragon. The dragon would look brilliant with this. They've used purple for dragon as well, haven't they? And I love the quilting, bit of free motion. We've got blue. We'll keep the best press there in case I need to press anything else. Sorry, my folding is not great this morning. We've got the blue, which is ending in 67. Yeah. Sky blue. Sky blue is beautiful, isn't it? Oh, yeah, you've got to literally have... Look, you can see this with the mermaid. With the mermaid, this would be beautiful. With your seahorses. As I say, we've got loads of colours on the website, but just wanted to show you a few of these solids that we've got available. That's just £3.49.5 metre, 100% cotton, quilting weight. Rose and Hubble, which are beautiful quality. The gnome. The gnome, the mermaid tail, the seahorse, the background. You could do a background with lovely quilting with, like, I'm thinking a silver metallic thread, and then in the centre have your seahorse. Maybe if you do some of your Christmas makes. What about some of your blue icy Christmas makes? We've got another shade of blue, deeper blue, ocean blue, which is hasn't got a sticker, which is my fault because I definitely should have done this. No. Half metre looks like this. It's the only other blue other than Copen. Yeah, I think this is peacock. That rings a bell. Sorry, that's the next one. That's what I mean when I say Copen. I mean cadet. This one's called peacock. Thank you. £3.49.5 metre for your peacock. Remember, we've got so many. Type in 100% cotton on the website. I don't know what happened to my code on that one, sorry. I've ruined the system. Remember, multi-buying, you will only have to pay 1 P&P and it will come joined up. It's going to be cut off the bolt to whatever size you want. So if you want 3 meters of this, add 6 units to your basket. Add 6 units. Right, next one we have got Cadet Blue. 91. Just £3.49. Thank you. Oh, there it is. So which is it, 91? Oh no, there's 2 stickers on here. Sorry, I thought it was my other sticker. I think you won't have this sticker drawer when you get home. It's because we've got a system here so that everything goes back to the warehouse in the right place, and I've messed up the system. I'm presuming that it was because of these 2 stickers on here that the system was a bit flawed today. Just £3.49. That Cadet Blue is going to be great as well for you. What about your knight in shining armour? Lime is your dragon, isn't it? Can you see him popping up under the desk? Oh, he'd be great in lime. Your lime is perfect for this. Or your cyclops. That is green cyclops colour. Dragon, green dragon. What about fairy dress? The fairy dress? Pretty lime green. Trying to think what other princess there is that wears green. There's loads. You could have princess dress in green. I don't want to say it because I don't think I can on telly. Can you think of one? £3.49 a half metre. That's lime, 100% cotton, quilting weight, machine washable. Definitely add your best press in as well. We've got purple. This one's just called purple, thank you. Purple is great colour for all of these projects again, isn't it? Whether it be your witch, what about your wizard? He could be in a nice purple cloak. Princess in purple, the dragons in purple, your sash in your background, any of your bags. Just a great colour for your stash, even if you don't get the book. But I am thinking very sort of myths, magic and monsters. £3.49. This is what it says on the back of the book. It says make believe quilts and projects. Love it. £3.49 for a lot of Hannah's projects are make believe. She believes that she made them. Have you finished your footstool yet? You need to finish your footstool. She says that's kind of stopped. That's make believe. The pink. Absolutely get the pink for the unicorn. Please get some of this one. This is ending in 27. Oh, it's beautiful colour. That is so pretty. Princess pink. Lovely bright pink. What about a pink dragon though? What about a pink cyclops? What about you could do a pink castle. Does somebody live in a pink castle from a TV programme? I don't know. I don't know what Balamory is. I remember. Is that when you were little, Hannah? Still is now. £3.49 a half metre of bright pink, 100% cotton. Is it still on now? No, I don't remember that one. Is it a programme still? Let us know. Message in if you know anybody that still watches Balamory. Apparently it was he lived in a big pink castle. The other pink option we have, I think it's called raspberry. This one is ending in 24. This is raspberry. What about for any of the bags, if you just want to use them as bag linings or outer bags, backpacks, cushion bags? It's just going to make your fabric go further. If you've got any of the batiks, maybe, we're going to have a look at in a minute, any of your barley pops. I haven't got all of the colours here, so have a look on the website, search 100% cotton, you'll be able to find the whole list of fabrics that we've got. But I'm thinking, if you've got your barley pops, it's going to look lovely with those, and it means it's going to go a long way. But we've got some great greens, we've got lots of lovely fern greens, lots of blues. We've got some brand new colours as well that have literally just come in, which is exciting, so they're on the website. and they're all sourced from the same company. So you'll know that they're the same weight when you're working with them, which is good to know. And if you buy this again, if you're buying raspberry again, you know it's going to be exactly the same colour. Your code will be on the back when it comes to you, so you can keep the code, and then you could almost cut a tiny little bit off and do a bit of a key, so then you know what code each of your fabric is. If you want to order more. We've also got, I think, pomegranate. It's 78. Again, princess. I'm thinking princess dresses, cyclops. Well, that pink dragons, it's myths, isn't it? Magic and monsters, so you can do cyclops in pomegranate pink. Oh, I'm so excited to see all of your makes. I'm really excited to see them on the fan page. Please put any of your pictures that you make from the book, or let me know what you're thinking of making. Just so you know, foundation paper piecing paper, yeah. It's sold out. Well done if you managed to get any of the foundation paper piecing. The add a quarter rulers are also very, very low. I don't want to put anybody off by telling you how many we've got, but it's extremely limited if you want any of the rulers as well. The book, saying that, only launched today. We literally launched it this hour and we're way over half sold. £3, 14.5 metre for your pomegranate. Should we do the green? This is the only green that we've got today, but remember there's so many on the web shop. It's definitely worth having a look. These are also great for matching up. It's ending in 61. Matching up if you've got any of your colouring in panels. These are great for that. Maybe rainbow panel, maybe the rainbow panel from the last hour, and you wanted some for the back of your mug mats. This is called Emerald. It'd be great for backing your mug mats, actually. Ending in 61. Emerald green for £3.49.5 metre. Remember, I'm only showing you half. Let me open this out so you can see. Half a metre looks like that. It's 112 wide. So there's a lot of fabric, especially if you're doing foundation paper piecing. It's ideal for smaller pieces. So if you've got some fabric that are going to go beautifully with this and you just want to make it go a bit further, maybe smaller makes, like little coin purses, little scrunches. There's loads that you could make. Maybe if you're making for friends and family, or nice little gift ideas. Just £3.49, there's loads of fabric there. Also got yellow. Yellow. I didn't know what to say. I was trying to remember what it was called. It's called Sunshine. There we go. Sunshine. Oh, you've got to do. You could even embellish and do a fire-breathing dragon, couldn't you? £3.49.5 metre for your sunshine. Have this in the background, absolutely. You could have the background of your project in this beautiful bright yellow. Or you could, don't get me wrong, I mean, you could already use different blocks that you've got at home, all different ideas. So you could do a wizard and then you could applique stars with the yellow, couldn't you? Look beautiful, or a big sun. You could do like an under the sea and then above the shore. Just £3.49. Oh, so you could have like the mermaid underneath and you could have the princess. Like a little story. Then we've got red. This is just called red. It's ending in 98, Paul. Christmas makes, Christmas makes. There were so many of the kits that we had over the weekend that sold out completely before we even started the demos. It was very, 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 very busy. If you do want to stock up on any of your Christmas make fabrics, get hold of red whilst you can. I'm actually surprised we've got any red left after how busy the weekend was. Christmas stockings, Christmas cushions, advent calendars, so much that you can make. Just Christmas. That is a lovely Christmas red. It's great. And then we've got brown. Brown's nice to mix in, isn't it? Hair, mermaid hair, castle. It's just useful, isn't it? A wizard beard. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good idea. There's loads you could do. You could do your dragon, or hang on, what's the bird of prey called? Griffin. This might be a colour that we don't have normally. Don't get me wrong, it's not the most inspiring, glamorous fabric, but it's very useful, isn't it? What about if you're using it for plant pots and then you can do some lovely flowers coming out, or the, as we say, the castle, you need your browns in, don't you? You can still mix it in with others. Just even 1/2 metre in your basket is a go-to. It's not as stark as using, you know, a white or a black. It's got that nice mix of colour, still softer than black. It's really useful. It might not be something that you would think, right, I'm coming to Sewing Street today to buy brown fabric, but if you've already bought something already, why not add 1/2 metre or a metre to your basket? It will come joined up and it's there ready to go. I think it's going to be very, very useful. There's also black, white, creams, ivories. There's lovely brand new fern greens, different colours on the web shop. All you need to do, remember, is go on to sewingstreet.com and type in 100% cotton on the website and you'll find all of our solids. So the bag bundle that we put together for the unicorn bag had the white metallic spots. We've also got it in this one, which I love for your wizard's outfit. For the wizard one, this would be brilliant. Or what about for even the background? Or your sashing or borders. You could have it as dragon skin. Even if you're doing, you know, for a minute, let's just step away from foundation paper piecing. Bag making. This would be really nice for the bag that we've got in the next hour with Cara. It seems extra, is it wide? 112 wide, I think. 112 wide, but it's beautiful quality for bag making. Imagine doing the wizard's outfit out of this. That would be so cool. £4.99, 100% cotton. And it is, I must say, like this beautiful shiny gold. It's metallic gold. It's really lovely. Magical, magical, magical. Oh, we got a fun fact for you from Hannah. The spot has a diameter of 1.2 centimetres, so it's a nice big spot. If you do need to know it in size of your pattern, it's a bigger polka dot, isn't it? That's £4.99 1/2 metre. That would be nice as a lining even. Fancy. I do like a nice fancy lining. We've got it, remember. Is it available in the white on its own or not? Is the white spot available on its own or not? Just in the bundle. The only way of getting the white metallic spot is in the bundle today. Oh, by the way, in a minute, I want to show you just how you can find all these fabrics on the website. We've got batiks. These are going to be amazing. That one. If you search wizards on the website, just so you know, we're sharing still our sister channel's website. So you'll go to sewingstreet.com and it will redirect you to Jewellery Maker. If you type in wizard, look, the Lewis and Irene fabric. Oh my word, there was not enough to bring it on air to do it for the hour, but that is brilliant. Just thought you should know, it's £4.99 if you do want it to go with the book. Oh, absolutely, that will sell out today. There's not enough to go around. If you want it, check out. I'm thinking in terms of fabrics for your dragon, this is the one ending in 71. Look at this. This is amazing. Your dragon, your cyclops. You got two different dragons as well. You've got your dragon that's landscape and one that's sort of portrait. So if you do want to sort of use them as transferable blocks onto as different projects, you can mix and match them. I love this fabric. It's one of my favourite. It is a batik. It's absolutely beautiful quality. £8.99 a half metre. It's stunning. Moda fabrics. And I love that you've got almost like this, it reminds me of, you know when you see real fancy artwork, graffiti artwork, all that spray in between is so lovely. Your Moda multi-dot batik fabric. Just £8.99 a half metre. I love it. We've got so many of these which from this Moda range which would be absolutely ideal for this Foundation paper piecing. And even if you're using snippets of it, you're going to have plenty of fabric then left for your stash. There's so many projects this is going to be handy for. Can we do this lovely blue, which is ending in 25? Unicorns, mermaid. This one's perfect for mermaids. So look, it looks like the roaring sea, doesn't it? It looks like big roaring waves. £7.49 a half metre for your turquoise Moda batik. That is really lovely. Great colour. Oh, I'm just thinking seahorses and mermaids, or the sky. You know, the front of the book, so the background next to the gnome cushion looks very, very similar. Very similar indeed. Or the border around the unicorn. Love it, love it, love it. Just half a metre is just £7.49 and it's such gorgeous, gorgeous quality. It's Moda. It is Moda batiks. Yeah, we've got this one. Oh, this is so cool. It's almost psychedelic, isn't it? This is ending in 49. This is quite magical. It's quite mystical, isn't it? It almost reminds me of like an enchanted woods. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks like an enchanted woods. £8.99 a half metre. Your Moda Maui. Multi-spirals on black. So you've got a real great start background. Just reminds me of grains on tree trunks. But like a magical one. Just £8.99. This would be brilliant for your wizard or for your castle. Okay, we'll quickly whiz through all of these. There's also some others. We've got the stars, the poplin weight stars that are available on the website as well. They're worth having a look at. This one ends in 10. That's your blue and purple. That's night sky. £8.90 a half metre, once again, from Moda. We've got the orange. I am flying through these now because I know that we are short on time. But I do think that they're all so perfect. They deserve to be shown. This is number 79. Oh, wow, what about dragon? You've got to do your dragon wings with this. Called Sunshine Moda. It is like fire, fire-breathing dragons. Your wizard would look amazing in a big cape like this. You love a cape, don't you, Hannah? All the time, all the time. What do you mean you wore a cape to work? She wore a cape to work the other day and nearly fell down the stairs. It was a superhero cape. She's also got two more. This one's ending in 30. There's something so magical about these batiks and every single one is completely unique. That's £8.99, your Moda Maui. I know a lot of people just do batik quiltings and they look amazing. They really, really do. I think quilted bags look great in batiks as well. Something very, very boutique about it. Because I suppose they're all handmade differently, aren't they? They're so designer. I love them. And then I think my ultimate favourite is ending in 85. I love this. I think for dressmakers now, buy by the half metre. Ideal for your foundation paper piecing book. but also great for lots of other projects. Now your chance to buy the half metre as much as you want. Those watercolours are just gorgeous. Purples and blues for just £8.99. Don't forget to check out of the book. Spend the next few minutes making the most of our exclusive book, only launched this hour. It is so magical and proven very, very, very popular indeed. We're going to welcome Cara back in a second and have a look at another gorgeous project which has come from a book by our very own Debbie Shaw. So spend the next couple of minutes checking out your baskets, but don't go anywhere. We're back with Cara in just a few minutes. Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck. If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hello everyone, I'm Delphine Brooks. It's so great to be here and part of the Sewing Street family. I'm local, I'm only down the road in Warwickshire. I started sewing many years ago when I was very young, doing lots of art and painting, and eventually I went into textiles and I really enjoyed doing the two together. I then had a bit of a break. Something you don't know about me maybe is that I spent many years in the Royal Air Force and eventually in the police as well. And then I went full circle and I've come back to my happy place of sewing, and which I really enjoy. My best sewing tip is measure twice and cut once. I have chipped up a couple of times by not measuring properly, and I do always regret it, so now I always measure twice, cut once. Anyway, I really hope to be with you again soon, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
Hi everyone, my name's Faye and I'm going to be joining the Sewing Street team as one of their guest designers. I work as a professional dressmaker. You can see here you've caught me in the middle of making a petticoat for a wedding dress here in my workroom in North Yorkshire. I started off in fashion design, studied that at college, and then I actually made the move into costume. So I've actually spent several years making costumes, quite high-end costumes for both television and theatre. So hopefully with that professional experience I'm best placed to give you some advice on how to get the best results with your sewing and to show you some really interesting techniques. So it would be great if you could join us for that if you're an avid dressmaker, and I look forward to seeing you.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page.
Hello, I'm Kerry from Living in Loveliness and I'm delighted to be part of the Sewing Street team. I'm based in Wolverhampton and I absolutely love working with fabulous fabrics. In particular, I love working with fat quarters and showing you how to get the most from your scraps. I love bringing communities of sewists together and encouraging people to sew for greater causes. Most recently, we have been sewing for our NHS and key workers. I look forward to bringing you hints, tips and techniques. I'll see you soon.
If you'd like to get in touch with us during our live show and send in any messages or any questions, then you can do it on studio@sewingstreet.com. Alternatively, you can message us on our official Facebook page. Hello, welcome back. Right, are we ready to build a bag? I absolutely love Debbie Shaw's books. These ones in particular are part of a bit of a series, and they have been so popular because Debbie's put together the most incredible template with these, which you may have heard us speak about before. If you haven't seen them, oh, it's fantastic. So the book is available on its own. It comes with one template which has all of your pattern pieces on, which is absolutely brilliant. So it comes inside here. We'll have a good look at this properly with Cara, but I will quickly show you that inside, so you open it up, and inside all of your bits and bobs are on here, so you can see that you've got, oh, you will see that you've got, if she can open, here we go. It's happening. I'm opening it. So in here you've got your base. So the idea of it is you don't have any templates to cut out or transfer. You can literally put it onto your fabric and mark out which one you need. So place, unfold, it's all self-explanatory. It's something that you can use again, but you can still see through, so you can see your fabrics through it. End panels, zip panel. This is the ear for the backpack that you probably saw in the background. You can just see him poking through. Your tabs, so this is your backpack one. It's really self-explanatory, but it's great that it's all on one big template, and you can make so many, 15 different backpack designs, and I suppose you can mix and match them as well. So you've got 15 beautiful different backpack ideas. It says it's signed in the graphics. There you go, very exciting. Didn't know that was going to happen. You've got a whole section where it talks through understanding the template. Haven't put the books in the bundle because I know so many people have got them already, so I wanted to do it separately. But if you do want the bundle as well, obviously we'll do those. We will do those in a second. Definitely worth making the most of the book. Debbie's fantastic at writing books and writing instructions and making it very, very clear and thorough. But also for anybody that's new to doing bag making, I think it's something you could pick up and have a go with, because she also sort of goes through tips and, you know, if things have gone wrong, troubleshooting, and then you get to your projects. I just love, absolutely love the little faces. Your pocket rucksack. Your drawstring button bag, and I suppose if there's one that you particularly like you really like this crossover strap, or you really like the zips on one of them, you can of course interchange all these different designs and make your own completely own custom bag. Just £12.99. I always think it's fantastic value for money for how much time has gone into writing the instructions and printing it, your new fancy template, and you've got all of Debbie's photographs as well, which are incredibly clear. Just £12.99. So we are making, I'm not sure what page it's on, all of your glossary as well. We'll go through a Cara. You've got your convertible tote bag. So this, let me show you, because I'll be flicking through trying to find it. This is the bag that we are making today. Oh, I love it in the denim. We've had this before in the 1/2 metre. It's a real light denim. Pardon, sorry, Hannah. No, we've never had enough to be able to do a project with it. Every time it's come in, it's been by the 1/2 metre and then it's sold out. So I'm really pleased that we've got enough to be able to do it in a bundle in a project. So as I say, the book is on its own, just as I know a lot of people have already got it. So I didn't want you to have to buy twice. If you want the one that the bag's made out of, finally got it in a bundle, is this one. Now, we've bundled together a metre of each of your fabrics. Now this is extra wide, so you've got loads of this beautiful studded gold denim. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you've got your heart. You've also then got half a metre of your blue. And you've got your rectangle ring and your slide buckle. All of your bag, what do we call this? Bag furniture hardware. So then you've also got those little bits that make it really professional. Now the only things that you'll need to add are your interfacings. Now it's up to you whether you choose to use maybe your Starville that you've got home. We haven't got any in stock at the moment, but maybe your Starville will add really lovely structure to your bag. If you want a slightly softer bag, H640 is another good option. So it's up to you what interfacing you want, depending on what bag you want to have a go at as well. So you'll need your interfacing, and what else is it that we'll need to add? A zip. We'll need to add a zip as well. So we'll talk to Cara about inserting a zip today. So that's option number 1. We've also got 2 other options, one with Liberty and one with Alison Glass. I absolutely adore Liberty. It's beautiful. This is the first time I've seen this print from Liberty as well. It's adorable. So you've got your Liberty heart, a metre of fabric, and this time we've bundled it with Misty Blue, which is a perfect complementing colour, isn't it? That's for your lining. It is. It's like I call this French grey. It reminds me of like you know, fancy kitchen, country kitchen units, and they do this lovely grey. We're not getting into the names of paints again, Hannah. Me and Hannah have had huge debates over what a certain paint shop call. So funny. It's not even arguments, it's hilarious conversations about names of paints. So a metre of each of your fabrics, plus then your hardware. So you're going to get your rectangle rings and your slide buckle for your adjustable straps. And then all you need to add is your interfacing and your zip. You might already have loads in your stash. We've got one other option, which is Alison Glass. This is the one I believe Cara's going to be demoing with, and it looks beautiful. So you have a metre of this gorgeous Alison Glass fabric, your menagerie. You've then also got a metre of cream or white. It's like an ivory cream. I don't think it is actually white. £23.99, plus then you get your rectangular rings, rectangular rings, and then your slide buckle as well. What colour is that, Hannah? We'll have a look. We'll have a look. I'm just thinking, is it white or not? It's all right. You do get a metre of each. It's ivory, there you go. So it's ivory, just slightly off-white. So it does give you that slightly softer feel to it. It's beautiful. That's the one that Cara's working with. £23.99. You will need to add the book to your order. It's brilliant value for money at just £12.99. Loads of projects that you can interchange and learn some brilliant techniques from Debbie Shaw. I'll talk to you about interfacings and H640 and things in a second whilst we talk to Cara. So should we get her on? This, for anybody who has never shopped before with us, it's so easy to do. This is how you do it. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. We're ready to build a bag. Have you used one of these books before, Cara?
No.
The templates are really useful,
Oh my
aren't
gosh,
they?
yes. It's so clever.
It is. I've never seen a book that offers templates like this before, but all in one.
Yeah, and also sort of the variations on themes, and like you said earlier, you can actually mix and match and play around. You know,
well,
if
I
you
thought
like
a backpack was a backpack, but actually she's got 15 very different designs in there.
They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if you're thinking about children going back to school, perfect, absolutely perfect, because they're a beautiful size. You know, you can put everything in there. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Really, really
I think
good.
a lot of us have been getting into walking as well through
Yes,
lockdown.
yes.
So I got a backpack. I was thinking, oh, they're just so handy to be able to walk, that your hands free to put your sandwiches in. I know you've gotten into walking, haven't you? Going for a walk later.
Yeah, going with a picnic with my backpack.
Nice.
This one might disappear.
Amazing. The fabric's really nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There is one thing that I will say about the fabric. Please do not iron it without something in between your iron and the fabric, because the gold is just so beautiful.
It's got like it's like little studded gold bits.
Yeah. So I actually use some baking paper.
Okay.
You know, but anything, or a cloth or anything like that. So if you are actually you will be wanting to iron it, don't do the iron straight onto the fabric. So.
Right, okay, brilliant. So you're working with Alison Glass.
Oh, I know.
Bundle, aren't you?
I know, which is lovely. It's just so nice. I've never worked with this sort of fabric before, and just really is just beautiful.
It is. I love all of the prints or the patterns come through beautifully, don't they?
They do,
really nice.
And put it the right way up. There is a right and a wrong way up, so if you can spot the little bird there, or I'm not sure if this is a cat or a dog, or but there are little characters, another an insect, things like that. So that's the only thing that I would say with this fabric is you could class it as directional.
Same with
so
your
just
Liberty.
Be aware. Yeah, just be aware that there is, you know, a bit of direction on it. It's not so bad for the side panels and the zip and the base, obviously. But I think for the front and the back of the actual backpack, it's useful to know that you need to have it the right way up.
So can we have a look at the template? Because, you know, that's a big piece, isn't it?
Yes.
So is that cut on the fold then?
So if I just pop those over there, and then... And I love the fact the book will come out of it there, brilliant. But also because you've got the elastic, you can actually find your pattern and then pop the elastic, so you can
won't
always
get the problem I had, just flicking through looking for what project you're doing.
Well, what's lovely, and you know, again, I love this, is that you have got lots of techniques at the beginning. So within the instructions, she is actually referring you back. So it's always good to have the elastic there so you can get back to your actual, you know, the bag that you're making. But she'll include information about making the zip panel, letterbox zip pockets, the magnetic snap fasteners. I'm going to show you that later, even the adjustable straps.
Oh, brilliant.
Never done adjustable straps until I started sort of working on bags and things like that, and they're just so effective, and it makes it look so professional. Bias binding, different things like that. So lots and lots of different techniques at the beginning of the book, and then you've got the template.
So all of the pattern pieces that you need for the book are in there, aren't they?
Yes. So this is the template, and for this particular one, I'll show you on here. So every single pattern has a layout for you. So it will tell you which pieces you're going to be cutting out.
Oh, that's really handy.
So, you know, she'll go through using the template, and then she tells you bit by bit which part that you need to use. And the shaded part is the part for the backpack there. Yeah. So the actual shape. So if you take that, you can see that it's this line here, all the way down. And it's cut on the fold. So as you said earlier, you will just have that on the fold. Can't fold it so easily because I've actually put the foam on this one. But you'll see that that's half the backpack.
Yeah.
So that's your shape.
Really easy then, and you can reuse this as many times as you want.
Oh my
Brilliant.
gosh, I know,
Brilliant
and not lose
idea.
it, and
Yeah.
you know, wipe it down. You know, if you've maybe got marks on it or anything like that. So that's wonderful for the back. Then you've got another part, and that's the zip panel. And in fact, the zip panel again is placed on the fold, and she'll tell you here. She'll show you here, it says zip panel on fold, and then there's mark down there to say it's on the fold. And in fact, I've cut mine in half, ready to put the zip on. But that's the zip panel.
Brilliant.
And then you've got the pockets. There's a pocket there. So this is the pocket here, and this is a rectangular pocket for the lining. So you'll have a rectangular pocket that you'll use for the lining. So that's this shape here, and again that's cut on the fold.
So that was clear for anyone who's never made a bag before, actually.
I know.
Because I always find that the most scary part is like the cutting and the getting the shapes right, whereas actually that's really clear.
And making sure you've got all your pieces and everything. I've lost a piece. Don't worry.
Making sure you got all your pieces,
fine there.
as we say.
So there's a base.
Yeah.
So again, that says on the fold. So that's referring to this part here. So you'll see exactly that. And I just used either a friction pen or the sew line pencil for marking my fabric out. And that's the important thing, is sort of getting that. And again, if it is a directional fabric, because you can see through it, you'll be able to see whether you've got the right direction or not. There's end panels there, and then the pocket flap, which is this bit here. So that's shaded there. And then the front pocket, which actually has this square cut out of it. So that's that one there. So you've got, and again, that's on the fold. So that's your pocket there. But everything, absolutely everything for all 15 bags is on here.
Brilliant.
Which is fab.
Yeah.
So
love that.
That's the first thing that you'll do, is cut out all your pieces and pop them to one side. It does say about the stabilisers or the interfacing. On this one, I've used the foam, which I had, you know, I know that you're out of stock.
Yeah, we are currently. We're going to get it back in. We will get the Starville back in. I know loads of you recently have got Starville. We had it in the last couple of weeks and had hundreds of units. So if you have got any, this is a great project for that. But H640 still would be all right. Do you think it won't be as structured?
No, that's the only
bag.
thing. I mean, this one I folded up to bring today, and I didn't need to iron it because with the foam it just bounces back.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly, you know, will be perfectly good for it as well. So you can use the H640, which is nice.
Oh, we might be able to do Starville. Amazing. We'll just check and see if something's been booked in today, because it wasn't this morning, but it may have done. I think we've had a little delivery. It said sold out this morning, so we'll have a look. This is the H640 fusible fleece. It's just £9.99. It's back in stock.
Oh,
yes.
fab.
Brilliant.
Fab.
It comes as a big metre piece, doesn't it? We actually worked out last time that it's also got a fusible back.
Yes.
So did you try that this time?
Yes, I did this time. You know, I've got the spray, so I can actually, the fabric spray, so you could do that.
Yeah.
But I tried it. So again, when I was making this one, I just made sure I got the cover on it.
Can you just show it on your project, please? If you turn that over, just so you can see it. So it's by the half metre. Sorry, I said it was metre piece. It's by the half metre, £6.99, and you get it by the half metre. But like you say, you can sew through this no problem, can't you?
Yes. I mean, the first thing that you'll do, because it's a quilted backpack, is mark on your fabric. So you'll cut your pieces out, all the pieces, so she tells you about what you want to cut out from the foam, what you want to cut out from the H640.
Oh, so you
cut
use
all
both
your pieces.
anyway?
Yes, you use both anyway. So you cut that all out. Then she gives you all the information about, you know, ironing it on and making sure that you've got all the pieces sort of ready to start making your backpack. And the first thing you'll do with the two backpack pieces is actually do some quilting. And I don't have a walking foot at home, so I was able to do this very, very easily without a walking foot. So don't feel that you've got to get a walking foot. I again marked it with just the ruler and I used the friction pen because I didn't want the marks to sort of be there permanently. So you just measure across. I laid it on my mat that I have at home and just found the first diagonal, and then you measure 2 inches and just mark your lines and go back and do it the other way.
Nice.
The other thing is on this one, I think on both of them, I used a toning thread. So this particular one, I used a very, very dark pink for my quilting lines. But you can use a contrast thread.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, there's no, it doesn't matter. No, there's no right and wrong. So that's the first thing that you'll do is actually you'll quilt your front and back piece. And then, so as I say, she gives you all the information there. So you've quilted your front and back piece. Okay. Then you've got your handles and straps and all of that together. I'm going to talk about that. Well, I can talk about it now, actually. So you'll make all your straps and everything ready to attach to the back. And if I show you here...
You said you've not done the adjustable straps before.
I have had... When I first started doing bag making, I thought, oh gosh, that looks really good and really complicated. I've had to use them on so many things now, which is so good. So you'll make all the pieces for your straps, and it's like a piece of bias binding. So it's a 4-inch wide strip. You fold it in half and then fold the raw edges together and then fold it again. If you wanted to, you could add interfacing. Yeah. It's entirely up to you. So, you know, but it is pretty firm because you've got 4 layers of fabric there. Right. And then your top stitch down either side. And then this is for the rectangular holder there. And you'll be popping that about 1 inch away from the edge. And then we'll just machine that to hold it in place. So you just machine across the bottom to hold that in place. Then your actual strap itself, you'll have the slider. So you want to pop the slider on. If I show you here. So the slider, you'll, again, in the actual book, you'll go to the section that tells you about the straps and everything like that. One of the ends of the long strap you'll do as a closed edge. So you'll actually put the right sides of the strap together, machine across there and then turn it through so it's nice and neat. Right. And then you'll pop that through the slider and we'll machine across there. So I'll just take that over and do that. So this is just to hold this in place.
And even this is all right without your walking foot?
Definitely. The only thing I'd say, you've got quite a few bits of fabric.
Layers.
Yes.
So if you have got one, definitely put it on.
It does help. I'll make the stitch longer because it's like a top stitch.
Going to about 3.
Yeah. Ooh, find the pedal. Ooh.
You're pressing it.
I know. And because there is so many layers, just lift your needle up, lift your foot up and physically move your fabric over and then just come straight across. I should have done a locking stitch at the beginning and then just a locking stitch there. So that just holds it in place. Take the ends off. So we've got our strap, we've actually attached the slider, so we've got the slider there. Then you'll take your strap, you'll pass it through the rectangular shape, and then you'll pass it back, up, and over the slider again, like that. And then that's just attached at the top, about 1 inch away from the centre tab, and then that's your adjustable. It's so simple.
Oh, that's brilliant, because it's great to think, right, actually you can make this for children or you can make it for adults, you can change the length of your straps and make it comfortable for anybody.
So the bit that's in the centre, that's a longer piece, same 4 inches.
Okay.
Make it in exactly the same way. I think this is 6 inches in length. And then you'll just hold it like that. You want it in the centre.
Excuse me, I think the clips are really handy to use actually,
Oh,
aren't
gosh,
they, for
yes.
projects like this, because
Yes.
of how much foam you're using and how much fabric. Be hard to get pins through.
Definitely. The clips do sort of help when you're working with, you know, the foam.
Excuse me.
So we've got that all in position now. So all we're going to do, and again, I'm not going to use the walking foot. I'll use the longer stitch length, and within the seam allowance, I'm just going to machine across there, just hold that in
What
position.
is the seam allowance?
Good question. I think it was
About a centimetre.
Yes, pretty sure.
It's in there anyway.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's definitely in there. Yeah, I think it's about a centimetre, but as I say...
So you're just sewing as close to the edge as you can?
Yeah, it's just to hold these in position. And as I say, I mean, I've got white thread in here at the moment, but if you want to, you can play around with the colour of the threads that you're going to be using. So you can see how easily this goes through without a walking foot, which is good.
Yeah, it's handling it absolutely fine, isn't
Yeah.
it? The 680 Plus does come with a walking foot anyway, so if you have got one, it helps. But if you haven't got one, don't panic. I'd always think, oh, I haven't got a walking foot, therefore I'm not going to have a go at projects like this. Whereas, you know, these sort of more modern machines seem to handle lots of layers.
They do, and you know, my machine's, I think, about 30 years old now.
Really? And it's still all right?
It's wonderful.
Still all right going
I want
through?
a new one. I do want a new one. It's wonderful, it really is. And as I say, I don't have a walking foot for it. I did buy one, but I didn't realise that, you know, you've got a different length on some of them.
Yeah.
And I bought the wrong size, so, you know, I had to send it back. But one day. So I'm just, again, just with the tab at the bottom there, just machining that into position. So that will be all your straps and everything done.
Amazing.
So I didn't want to go through too much information that she covers very well in the actual book. She covers all of it really well in the book. But what I wanted to do was sort of do some of the things that maybe people might find a little bit more fiddly. So that's your back already. So the next part to do is going to be the pocket. And the pocket is lovely. It's got, I can touch this one, can't I? It's got sort of like a box bottom here.
Oh, so you can fit loads in there.
Yes, yeah, and then it's machined onto the actual panel at the back, and it's got a magnetic clasp.
Very strong.
Very strong magnetic clasp there, with a flap. So I thought it'd be quite good to do
Brilliant.
that. Okay.
Yeah, I've not seen one that's a sort of a patch pocket on top of a panel before, so it's good to see how you've done that.
So this one is the magnetic snap.
A little bit of interfacing.
Little bit of interfacing just to strengthen it, and then you'll take the narrow one and the washer, and you'll mark, let's just move this out of the way. You'll mark, I think it was about an inch down, so I did it an inch to the top of the actual washer, and then just with your marking pen just make the marks on it. The iron-on interfacing is quite good just to strengthen it, and then you just fold this in half and just make a tiny little snip. You want to go all the way through the fabric and the interfacing.
You're better to do a smaller snip and have to go bigger than have it
definitely.
too big, aren't you?
So I've got two, you won't be able to see them, but I've got two little slits in the fabric there. And then you'll take the narrow part of the magnetic clasp and you'll pop that through the fabric like that. And then pop the washer over the top and then just fold it down.
You don't need any sort of tool to be able to do that, or mighty strength.
No, I definitely haven't got mighty strength.
Cara is freakishly strong. Pressing the metal
So
down.
that's that part done. Then what you'll do is you've already used H640 as
so you've
interfacing.
usable fleece this time instead of foam. I think it'd be too much using the style in the flap.
Yeah, definitely too much using the foam.
Okay.
And then what we're going to do, again, I'll just use some clips to hold it. You'll leave about a 2-inch gap at the top, and we're just going to machine all the way round.
It's good to put the clips there to remind yourself, isn't it? Otherwise you just keep sewing round and round and you think, I knew I was supposed to do that.
Oh, there's the base. I knew it was here somewhere. I'm making a lovely mess here. Make sure your stitch length is down. And then we'll just machine all the way round.
So you're starting at the 1 point.
I'm starting at where the gap is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do, I think I'll do
a reverse.
A reverse stitch. And as you say, it's about, I think it's about a centimetre.
I suppose reversing is going to help when you're turning it through, that you're not going to pull your stitches.
Then needle down at the corner, lift your foot up and turn it round. Just take your time going around the curve. If you need to lift your foot up, move your fabric. Just do a couple of stitches and just to get a nice sort of curve round there. And then along the straight. And what you're going to do is turn this through the opening and just come around here. And then you're going to top stitch. So you're actually going to top stitch down the side and around the curved edge of the flap. Just up there. Oops. And then along. And in fact, what I'd suggest you do, because you've got curve there, I'd actually use pinking shears to clip that.
Ah, so when you're working with curves, it will just give you a nice edge, won't it?
It will. You can, I'm not sure if you've got pinking shears available at the moment, but...
oh, as if by magic, we've got pinking shears. You can just snip in, can't you, either with your like little... Or are you trimming away the whole edge?
On the actual straight edges, I'll just use scissors.
Okay.
Then at the corner, so this is where the turning is. So then at the corner, cut across the corner and then use your pinking shears to go around the curved edge. And you trim off as much fabric. You want to go as close to the stitching as possible.
Without going through.
Yes. How many times have I gone through?
Oh, pinking shears are so handy for any fabric that tends to fray a lot. They will be your best friend.
Definitely.
I also like them for decorative edges, though. You know when you do like nice bunting or or toy making and little outfits for toys that have got like nice little pink edge. Oh, pink edge on felt looks lovely.
Yeah, which looks good. Don't know if you've got
little pokey tool.
A pokey tool. I've got a pokey tool. This just helps sort of keeping the edge.
Your pinking shears just $14.99, and they are really lovely quality ones as well. These are.
They look lovely.
Yeah, they are £14.99.
So we'll turn that through.
Is it not too much of a fiddly? Not
at all. As long as you allow enough space. I think that's the secret, is making sure that you've got enough space. So I'm using the curved end of the turning tool and just pushing out the curved edge, and then use the pointy end to poke out the corners there.
We've got about 15 minutes with you, Cara.
Okay.
There's different pokey tools on the website, as Hannah calls them. If you search pokey tools, what comes up?
Oh, don't.
No, don't. No, not that one.
Okay, so that's your flap. the pocket flap there. Right, the next one is the actual pocket itself. So again, you have the shape for, you cut two pieces. One has the H640 ironed on, and you have the square there.
Oh yeah, we mentioned it cut out on the template.
Yeah, on the template, that's
that part there.
So that part there is this part here. And then like you do with your bags with a box bottom, the raw edges go together and you machine across there. So stitch is the right length. I always have to check. I'm terrible for leaving it.
A little reverse.
Yep. I like having the scissor, not attachment, but tool on there as well, which is really good. So then we turn those through, and you do the same with the other side. So you've got this section here,
right,
of the actual pocket. And then you will put the other part of the magnetic tool there. And
these don't come, by the way, with the kit, but they are available individually. You get two in the packet. You do get two anyway. So
that's the front and the back. So
oh, I see.
Yeah,
sorry. So that's
not
one
two
magnetic
pairs.
clasp, which is the front and the back.
Yeah,
brilliant. We have got those available as well. I'll show you in a second.
The deeper one now goes through. So you've got the two slits that you've cut in the fabric. You've got your interface in there to give it extra strength, and you pop that on there. Make sure it's in the middle of the pocket, and you make sure that that's like that. Okay, so we've machined all the way round. Not all the way round. We've machined your four corners, and then you'll actually place these together. And again, with the H640, it's just handy using a few clips. And you want to try, if you can, match the actual seams there. I'm going to push one's one way and one the other way, or you can open them. Maybe we'll open them because you've got different thicknesses on the front and the back. Pop a clip in there. And this one, you're going to leave a space for turning, and you're actually going to leave it down the side of the pocket. So we'll just open that. Match it as best you can. So I've made a mark there. I might actually make it a little bit larger than that. Again, about 2 inches.
Yeah, that would be quite difficult to turn through.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so got one of those down the side. So I'm going to start again at the turning, and you've got a little bit more fabric sort of puckered up because of the shapes for that squared part of the pocket.
It's a nice technique to learn how to do, because if you've got something that you want to add a pocket to, a bag that needs another pocket.
What I like about this is it's then got the depth to put things like your glasses case in there, your mobile phone.
Yeah.
You know, rather than a flat pocket, which is going to sort of be out of shape. You know, you can pop a purse in there. You can make, because you've got plenty of fabric. I actually only used 1/2 metre of the Alison glass, but because it's a directional print, I'm really glad that they've included a full metre.
Okay.
And you will have some fabric left over, so you may be able to use it for another
make a
bag
purse.
or a matching purse.
Good idea.
You know, there's plenty there. When it's not directional, you'll have a little bit more leeway.
So with the denim one with the hearts, you have a bit more leeway.
Yeah. So. again, you know, this is going through beautifully just with a normal foot. Come to the corner. And then just machine across. And then down to your opening. I don't think I did leave a bigger gap. Right.
Say as you say, not as you do.
I know.
What's the saying? Do as I say, not as I do.
So I'm just very, very quickly just trimming the excess fabric off before we turn it round, and then just trim around the edges.
Oh, pinking shears around? Is it whenever you're using curves then that you would go for the pinking as opposed to normal scissors?
Yeah, I think, you know, that's the theory, is that, you know, when you've got a curve, you would normally, without pinking shears, you clip into the curve.
Yeah.
So you'd make some little triangles, cut out some little triangles. But if you've got pinking shears, then it just saves you having to do that. Right, this should be fun. See if I can get it through. So you'll turn this all the way through and then poke out the corners as you did before. And then you will be doing top stitching. So again, I think that's quite nice if you do choose a thread that's tonal, you know, for your top stitching for the outer part of the bag. It's quite nice for your internal seams, and it really doesn't matter what colour the actual stitching is.
No.
What did I say about making it bigger?
I hate to, I'm not even going to give you a time count now whilst we're we've got about 5 minutes.
Okay. So I really just wanted to sort of show you on this what you will then do for attaching this. So let's just poke out the corners there. Whoops, try not to poke through the fabric. And then I'll talk about the zip and show you, but I'm hope, you know, that there's lots and lots of previous shows with inserting zips and things like that. But as I say, I wanted to show you something that was a bit not as usual. Okay, so for this, you've got your opening there that you will be machining. I think I said earlier for the actual main part of the pocket, you would machine all the way around. You don't. You just machine, you do your top stitching along the top of the pocket, and you leave the top stitching for around the edge. And what you'll do is you'll position your pocket, I think it was 3 inches, and in the centre. So again, you'll position it. Right, when you get to this stage, please take your time. Don't rush this. This is worth sort of taking your time. So you won't be able to use clips, so you'll need to use a pin cushion. Yeah, got mine. Not pin cushion, you need to use pins to hold that in position, and you want to make sure that the distance that you have there is the same. You want to make sure that you're putting this in the centre. And it really is worth it. If you want to, you can actually tack it in place, baste it in position. It's this next bit. You want to make sure that your pocket is going to be shaped like that.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So don't do it flat. Have it so you've got that corner.
Because that's where you want that depth. That's where you're going to get the depth.
Exactly it. So pop a pin there. Do the same on the other side. And then what I would do before I actually take it to the machine, I would check my measurements. I check those measurements. Okay. If they're not equal, then I'd move it over slightly. But that is just the little tip, really. So take your time, pin it in position, and then with the top stitching, you'll be machining all the way around the actual pocket like that.
Right.
And then you'll do the same with the flap. So pin that in position, and you'll be machining just along the top.
I think that might be a good idea to tack, you know,
yes,
just so that you are happy with the positioning of it. Good idea.
Definitely. Okay, so that's how you do your pocket. I hope that helps.
Brilliant.
Then...
How are we for time, Paul? Just about a minute, so we're probably just going to have to talk through the zip, if that's okay.
So with the zip, this particular zip is quite a bit longer. So what I did with this one, if it's a metal zip, you can't cut it.
No.
So I actually have got the excess of the zip. It's actually in the lining.
With you, yeah, okay.
Okay, so you know, you will, but if you've got a plastic zip, then you'll be able to cut it to the right length, and you'll insert your zip into the zip panel, and then you'll start assembling everything, and the side panels will go at the bottom of the zip and the top of the zip, and you've got some tabs there as well, and then you'll be fitting that around. You'll find your centre of your zip panel, that will fit around there, and these will be on the side. With the lining, you do exactly the same. The only difference is you obviously haven't got the zip in the centre, and you'll fold the raw edges in, you'll have a bit of an area, and that's the only bit that you'll hand stitch.
Right, okay.
So you'll actually hand stitch that to the bag.
It's such a beautiful bag, isn't it? And like you say, I like the idea of having quite versatile techniques that you can mix and match and make it personalised to you of what you need from a bag.
Definitely.
Thank you. I'm so sorry it was a bit of a pit stop through,
no,
but no, I love that you showed the real clear, that everything's in the book, isn't it?
Yes, everything is in the book, and it really is very, very clear and simple. A lot of the patterns in the book use a similar technique, and I know that Debbie's actually demonstrated some of hers anyway.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much, Cara. When are you back in?
21st.
Have you got foundation paper piecing, do you know?
No,
not yet.
But I have got, I've got some lovely things.
Oh, do you know what you're doing then?
Yes.
Oh, okay, no
I picked
spoilers.
them up today. So.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much.
No, thank
Lovely
you.
to see you again.
It's really nice to be here.
I think I might be here 21st, so I'll see you then.
Oh,
Thank
excellent.
You.
Lovely.
Right, we're going to have a quick recap of all of these bundles, make sure everybody's all kitted out. If you haven't yet got in touch with us, if you do want to message in any questions, then this is how you do it. Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Thank you ever so much to Cara. We always love her demos, ever so thorough. And I mean, you were in safe hands when you're looking at Debbie Shaw's books anyway. But those of you that are a bit more visual learners, it's brilliant to be able to have Cara's demos as well that you can watch back. It's not an extra cost, that resource as well. I love the fact that you'll always be able to watch these back on YouTube, our shows. So jot down today's date if you're buying any of the bundles, because we saw some great tips there, especially putting on that pocket, some really great ones. So do absolutely jot down today's date. The book on its own is available. Anybody who's already bought it, we thought we'd sort of do it separately to the bundles today, because I know a lot of people have already got this and love it. You've got your full-size size reusable template that we saw Cara working with. 15 beautiful projects with endless variations. So it isn't just 15 projects, it's loads of variations. You can mix and match them all. Just £12.99, and as Cara said, it's a great book that you can, of course, work from. You can take this out completely out of the folder and work from that. It's signed as well. There's a lot of consideration that has gone into the design of the book from Debbie. I know that she'll have told you this before, but she's taken a lot of time coming up with, and there was a lot of sort of tried and tested back and forth with the template as well, and now it's absolutely brilliant and something that you'll use a lot. Never seen any other person or any other book that has that. There are a few different books in the series. There's a backpack, there is satchels, and is the occasion bags, the clutches, I think is the other one. The satchels was nominated for an award recently. I think it's to do with probably the template. Very, very popular indeed. That's £12.99, and you get all 15 projects. Now, the Styleville, I'm so pleased it's in stock. Now, I haven't physically got any here, so it's the fusible foam. We realised recently that it is actually fusible, which is brilliant. So it's a really nice, like, thick, it gives it that stability. So you can see if you pack down a bag, it literally will sort of spring back into shape without having to press it and iron it again. It does hold its shape really nicely. It's great for loads of projects, especially bags. Especially bags. I've seen cat beds and dog beds and backpacks for it. It's brilliant. So you get half a metre for £6.99, half metre. And we've had sew in foam before. This one's actually got like a fusible backing, so you could iron straight on onto your fabric. I don't know whether there is one of the pieces there, Cara, with the Styleville on it. Thank you. And I can show you exactly what it looks like. Thank you very much. There you go. So we quilted the top of it, but it will come as a half metre big piece. It's like well, it is a fusible foam, thicker than your H640. It is useful for giving you great structure. So that's just £6.99. Very pleased that that's back in. Literally arrived in the last hour. We've also got H640, which you will also need. You saw a couple of pieces that were already interfaced. You could do the whole bag with it. It'd just be slightly softer. It'd just be a different structure. £6.99 again for a half. No, sorry. Nope. I think it was £9.99 for a metre. You get a whole metre piece, and again, it is fusible. I would put like press on the side of your fabric as opposed to pressing onto this, because you want to try and keep this nice lofty beautiful fleece finish. Just £9.99. It's a Visaline product. All of the instructions are along the salvage, but you can go onto their website. But it does say to use a pressing cloth and fix with your iron for about 15 seconds, and it will just adhere to your fabric. You'll know which side is the glue side and which side is the fleece side when you get it home. We sell this literally like hotcakes. It sells so quickly whenever it comes in. So definitely worth making the most of it if you haven't already got it. Now, we've got the 3 bundles available. This is about to sell out, so we're not going to recap it, but if you want it, there's literally a couple of those left. The Alison glass was the one that that Cara was working with. It was the next most popular. You get a metre of each of your fabric, which is plenty, more than enough. Cara said she was pleased that she did get a metre because it meant that she could play, you know, around with the directional prints, but you will definitely still have some left over, maybe to make a purse or another smaller bag. Even though the prints, if you're worried about the whole directional prints, don't get me wrong, it's great that you can see through the template so you don't have that worry. It sort of demystifies it. But also, Alison glass is quite sort of random, isn't it? There is a direction, but I don't think you would notice it as much as if it were, you know, something, a different fabric that's got an obvious direction. It's still quite random, isn't it? So you get a metre of this. You've also got a metre of your ivory, and then we've also added in your adjustable slide buckle and also your rectangular ring, so you do get your hardware as well. You will need to add, if you want to do a magnetic clasp, we can do that in a second. The other colourway that we have is your Liberty Candy Hearts with misty blue, slide buckle, rectangular ring, and your Liberty candy hearts. Misty blue, that's going to look beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you can choose which one you want your straps with. You could have your straps with your contrast. You could have your Liberty as your lining even, and have contrasting pocket, or have a play around with fabrics. You get a metre of each of them. So it's up to you how you use them. So if you do want to add a magnetic clasp for the front pocket, we do have them available. Nice little extra. You might already have lots of your haberdashery at home, but if you do want to stock up on any of these little bits and bobs, it's worth having a check on the website. The magnetic clasp is only £2.99, so definitely worth just checking out, adding to your order if you haven't already. Was there anything else that I wanted to mention? Wonder clips are on the website. You saw Cara using them a lot. The best press as well. Loads of people checking out the best press this hour. What was that, sorry, Paul? Oh, is it a new one, did you say? So we're going to be talking about Aurifil in the next hour, in fact. Absolutely love Aurifil thread. Those of you that use cotton threads, Aurifil, oh my word, is, well, it's just probably one of the biggest players, isn't it, in the world of cotton threads. So we're going to be having a look of loads of tools, loads of gadgets. The lamp, a lot of people have been asking about. We're going to be bringing you that as well. Right after this, do not go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Debbie Shaw, and as a professional sewer, I really know how important it is to use a high quality thread. Well, you think about it. You spend a lot of money on your sewing machine, you'll spend a lot of money on fabric, and you'll spend a lot of time sewing. So why let your thread let you down? I know a lot of our designers and customers prefer to use Aurifil thread. Now, this is a family business. It was established in 1983 and they're based just outside Milan in Italy. They produce superior quality threads for domestic and professional sewers alike, and they've achieved worldwide success with quilters, sewers, embroiderers and textile artists who all appreciate the versatility and the strength of these threads. It's all made from Egyptian cotton, which is grown just at the side of the River Nile, and Aurifil only use the long staple threads, which gives their thread that strength. Each one of these threads goes through 15 steps before it even gets onto a spool and then comes to you to use in your sewing projects. Now at Sewing Street, we've collaborated with Aurifil and we've brought you two collections of threads. So we have the Quilters collection, and these are exclusive to Sewing Street. We've done a lot of research with quilters, and these are the colours that you prefer to use. So we put a whole collection together for you. The second collection is the Essential collection. So this is for the homemakers, for the bag makers, for the craft sewers, for the dressmakers. And again, these have been proven to be the most popular colours that you're going to use. So if you want your projects to last longer and your seams to be stronger, invest in some quality thread.
Hi, I'm Rosie Wells.
My name's Poppy and I'm a nutritional therapist.
Hi, I'm Ruth Lynette and I can't wait to join you all on the brand new Gemporia Lifestyle channel.
If you're a fan of primal living, you're going to adore what's around the corner.
What is lifestyle? Lifestyle is healthy habits.
Feeling good, it's about looking great.
Making sure that we're taking good care of ourselves inside.
And it's about the life that you lead and the home that you live in.
All of this is why I'm so excited.
We've got the most wonderful team.
Homeware deals and primal deals under one roof on one channel.
I can't wait to share this brand new channel with you. So we'll see you soon on Gemporia Lifestyle.
Gemporia Lifestyle, coming soon to Freeview Channel 74 and Gemporia.com.
Hello, my name is Sally Stevens. I'm from Worcestershire, a little town called Upton upon Severn, which is a lovely little riverside town. And not far from there, I also have a little sewing studio, so I can work and leave all my mess left out when I'm preparing projects and quilts and so on. My speciality is in fact quilting, patchwork and quilting, and I probably started that when I was about 14 years ago. So as I often joke, that was only 7 years ago. In fact, it was rather a lot longer. But I've always enjoyed crafting, and patchwork really hooked me, and I love it. So now then, what can I tell you? Something you may not realise about me is that although lots of you have seen me many, many times on Sewing TV and at classes, because I teach as well, I also do a lot of unpicking. So don't be afraid ever. If you have to unpick things, so do we. It's not a problem. We all have to start somewhere. And sometimes you get a bit cocky and think, oh, I can just do that without pinning or without this. And then you think, should have paid attention to my own words. So some sewing tips for you. That's one, keep a seam ripper handy. That will always be your friend. And another one that I think is very important, whether you're a beginner or more experienced, when you're sewing something, particularly for the first time, a new technique, slow down. There's no rush. It's not a race. Have a little practice with spare fabrics if you've got them before you use your best fabric that you've just purchased so that you get your techniques just right. But also slow down, take your time, watch what you're doing, think about what you're doing, and read the instructions. That's always very useful. So what can I say? I've been asked to say what my claim to fame might be, and I would have to say, in all honesty, being on Sewing Street.
Hello, welcome back. Oh, I love Sally Stevens. Do you know what? I don't think I've had a chance of being on air with her yet. She's so... When's she in next? I'm not sure when she's here, but we've got to keep our eyes peeled for Sally. Look at all this. We've got goodies galore today. So, we've had lots of amazing things coming into stock recently. We've had some brilliant early birds. We've had some brilliant special price products. Something that came into stock, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? So they came into stock and sold out, then came back into stock and again sold out at a special price were our sewing machine bags. Now, I have no idea why on earth this one is at a special, it's like an early bird price. So we talked about prices a lot. We talked about quality sewing machine bags. We did a bit of research. We found them for like 30 odd pounds. We found a great one for about 20 something pounds. And then ours were 15, which were brilliant. Brilliant. If you search early bird, is there a turquoise, are the turquoise and purple still there? Oh, brilliant. So we still have availability on some of those. So if you do want the purple or turquoise, because I like to offer you colour, red isn't for everybody, turquoise and purple might not be for everybody. But the price on this is a bit confusing, if I'm honest. I actually think that this is a bit wrong. You'll see when the graphics are live. Are you ready? Because let's have a quick look at it. You've got a really lovely, great quality sewing machine bag here for £12.99. See what I mean? And it's a big bag, isn't it? You've got a great pocket on the front. You've got you've also got your oops. Thank you. You've got your Velcro strap. Inside, you've got so much space. This is going to be brilliant for any of the 550, 560, 570 machines. We're so limited though. It's just £12.99. Can I go through the dimensions for you so you can see the width, which is from here to here? Oh no! What do you mean that's the length? That's the depth, that's the width, and that's the height. So what is it that you're asking? Go on. Length is 46 centimetres, which is across the front of the bag. So this is across the side, which is like your depth, which is your width. Height is 30 centimetres. Could also be called depth, like the depth of the bag is 30 centimetres deep. Oh my word, I always struggle with this. What is wrong with me? Is that like a thing? Do you know when you're measuring like a wardrobe, is the depth is obviously how much you can fit in it. So I don't know why I was thinking the depth was going to be that way. Anyway, let's just, yeah, I know we get a bit confused. It's sometimes how they list it on websites. It's a bit confusing. Height and length could be all... Let's round. Thank you. Thank you. To be fair to me, the other bag is listed with different words. So you know that that's my... Oh, gosh. Get ever so scared when I'm doing this. £12.99. So if you've got any questions about the size, message in. Right, I've given you a chance to check out on that one now. It's very, very limited indeed. I think that is about to sell out. It's got to have been a mistake at £12.99. It's a great sturdy bag, you know. I'm thinking even if it's not just for your sewing machine, for all sorts. It's got lovely big feet as well, so you're not going to be clunking your machine down on the surface. If you are storing your machine away and you want to keep it all nice and lint-free, it's got a great carry handle and it's something you can transport maybe to a relative's house or to a caravan on your holidays, to workshops or retreats in the future. It's just £12.99, a brilliant gift for somebody. I'm not sure whether you get the 680 in it. I think that's probably too big, but any of the smaller machines... You did it, but at a squeeze. Do you know sometimes when you take polystyrene out of a box and you try and get it back in and you're thinking, don't know how that meant to go in, but it does. That's how I feel about this with the 680. It does go in at a squeeze. Okay. Do check out because that will sell out in the next few minutes. Yeah, we're confused by the price on that one. I don't think that will come back at £12.99. There's something a little bit wrong, especially as we were doing lots of research and they were around £30. So that's a great price. Now, you just saw Debbie Shaw talking about Aurifil and her love for this thread. When you start to think about what fabrics you're using and your cotton fabrics you're using, a lot of people think about, of course, we start to think along the line of what threads we're using to piece our fabrics together. When you're talking about quality cotton threads, it doesn't get any better in my mind than Aurifil. They're an Italian brand. They are absolutely beautiful quality. I think we started using these, if I'm honest. I think we've got them in my thread box under here. I think guests have asked to use them, so I've got some here that have already been opened and sort of we've already dived into them. And you can see they're really nice, big spools. You get 1,300 metres on each. 1,300 metres of cotton Aurifil thread, and these are your necessity colours, so these are going to be brilliant for so many projects. Because they're your 50 weight, you can use these in your sewing machine, also use them in your bobbin. You can use them for piecing and quilting. You can use them for applique. You could use them for your hand sewing. They are ever so strong and beautiful, beautiful quality. Aurifil are renowned in the industry for producing top quality cotton threads. And it does sound an investment, but actually when you break down how large the spools are and how much thread you'll save from thread breaking or, you know, lower quality threads, actually I think the value for money is fantastic. You get in here this lovely sort of creamy colour. You're also going to get a white, a grey and a black. So the grey, I'm thinking if you do English paper piecing, oh, that would be lovely. It's nice to use a grey because it sort of mixes between all your fabric. 1,300 metres on each spool. There are other Aurifils on the website. They just twist off, by the way, so if you're using it on your machine, it comes with a spool cap on the bottom, which just twists off. The one that Debbie was talking about in the VT are ones that we've teamed up with Aurifil for, which just is brilliant, isn't it? Just shows our relationship with these huge brands that we're able to team up. You'll find them on the website. If you do want to have a look, search Aurifil. There's plenty of packs available. But we thought, do you know what? For anybody that's never tried it before, let's go for the necessity colours, the ones that are going to be universal for all projects and useful for lots of different techniques, whether you're a bag maker or a dress maker, whether you're if you're using cotton thread. I know Sally Stevens said to me, I like to match my thread with what fabric I'm using. So if I'm using a cotton thread, I like to use if I'm using cotton fabric, then I like to use cotton thread. I'm not going to open these all up because I'll rip the basque. It's personal preference, I know, a lot of the time, but the amount of people, especially quilters, I must say, who have come back constantly, and once they've started using Aurifil, they only use Aurifil, and I think that speaks volumes. Personally, I'd be happy using my polyester thread, my Gutermans or whatever, but I know a lot of people who solely only use Aurifil for a reason. Beautiful quality threads. If you're doing lots of quilting, lots of sewing, lots of patchwork, then I think you will notice the difference. Okay, so now this might not necessarily be an essential for you, but oh my word, this is going to... One, if you're working with lots of different fabrics. If you're a bag maker, for example, you could be at one moment be working with a cotton, you could then be working with like a lawn weight, you could then be working with like your silk dupions and doing beautiful clutch bags, you could then be working with leather or a real, you know, canvas fabric. These are brilliant. Now, I know that you will have heard Neil talking about these a lot because he is... I always think it looks like a bit of a boy's toy. They are really good. But also, you may have heard Debbie talking about these. They look almost like a gardening tool, don't they? Which you would think, I can't put that near my more delicate fabrics. Actually, Debbie said, you have so much more control when you're working with really fine, beautiful fabrics. This dressmakers is still going to be great for you. So I've just got a couple of different scraps so you can see how to cut. So there's two different blades. You get you do get a battery that comes with it, so that charges up. You get two of these, so you can put one on charge and use the other. It comes with two different heads. One's labelled A, and in the box the other one is B. Now B, this one, B for blunt. So this is actually a blunt edge. It will still cut through lots of different fabrics, but depending on how heavy duty your fabric is, and I'm talking, you can cut through carpets and underlay and all things like that. I was talking to Kieran, he's my husband's a carpet fitter. He does lots of flooring, goes through, and he said these are brilliant for going through all sorts of fabrics and materials. So you have this one, which is your blunt blade, and this one then, which is your sharp blade. So that one's this one. Well, let me show you. If I show you on the camera, when I say sharp, sharp is for your heavier fabric. So this one is for if you're going through multiple layers, if you're going through heavier fabrics, then I would use this blade. Whereas the blunt, this one, you think, why would I ever use it? It's for more of your lightweight fabrics. These are great for even some of your lightweight dressmaking fabrics. You might have heard Debbie talking about it, saying that ones that might move around a lot, you've got great control using that one. And also, you can also cut around patterns easier, Hannah's telling me. She says she's having a look and she says you can easily go around patterns quite quickly. So even though I know we're cutting in straight lines, you can actually cut round patterns as well. So in the box, you get all of that. You also get your screwdriver because you'll need that to change over your heads. But if I just press the button over, then you'll see that this part stays completely still, and it's the top that actually jumps up and down. So it isn't sharp until the only part that's going to cut you or cut the fabric is when the blades meet. So it's very quick. But can you see that the bottom blade is staying very still? It's not like your scissors. It's not like scissors that open and close both blades. It's just the one that goes very, very quickly and the other one stays the same. So let's cut through some leather. This is a PU, or is it real leather? I think this is real leather actually. So I like the way that I can actually rest this on the table as well, so I can get some really good accuracy in what I'm cutting if you want to go along the table. But how quickly, it's literally like knife through butter. It is literally so quick and easy. And remember, I'd feel very, very safe using it because I've got complete control over that blade, and I know that it's only this top one that as soon as it meets the middle, that's when it's cutting. Also, anybody who has dexterity problems with squeezing and cutting, whether it be with, you know, using scissors or certain rotary cutters, this is literally a little trigger that's very, very easy to use, and it's quite an ergonomic sort of shape, isn't it? Now, it is more considered, it's £169.99, but if you are going through lots of different fabrics, if that's what you do, maybe as a profession or as a hobby and you're doing it a lot, then I think these are going to be very, very useful. You get everything that you need in here to get going, all of your instructions. There's some great videos online as well, and they talk about the different materials that you go through and you can go through comfortably. So you've got all of your instructions. That's your little charging pod. Comes with another battery as well. It comes with a plug-in lead and an adapter, because the end of it, don't panic when you get it home and you think, oh, that's like a European one, isn't it? So you do get your adapter as well. So a lot of people who I know have already got this home absolutely love it already. Have a go with some more intricate cutting. Don't get me wrong. I mean, even if you're doing like if you're doing curves, very quickly, you're going to be able to do your snips into curves as well, quite accurately. So you don't need to think about just doing huge pieces of fabric. This is like some suede. It's like a lovely felt. This is lovely. And again, straight away. Go straight through very quickly. I really want to do an upholstery course. If you're doing upholstery fabric, these are going to be brilliant for upholstery. You've got such great speed. Oh, I'm going through both. If you do want to go through multiple layers, it's going to be quick. See, for this fabric, I'd probably put my other blade on because it is lighter weight. The blunt one is going to be great for, it's not blunt. Blunt undersells it, doesn't it? Every time you say blunt, I think, why do I want scissors that are blunt? That completely defeats the object. But it's not. It should be maybe lightweight and heavyweight. So this one's your lightweight, and then this is your heavyweight. £169.99. If you've got any questions about it, please do let me know. As I say, this is one of Neil's favourites, as you can tell. It's a bit of a boy's toy. It's so cool. Okay, go on. Han's just saying it out loud. Don't have graphics for it. Go on. Might have a sample here on the desk. We've got pre-shrunk quilters cotton. This one. This is plain. But we've got calico. Okay, the calico, pre-shrunk calico, we have available in stock. Oh, brilliant. I'll tell you what, we've had a great delivery today, haven't we? With the best press, we had the Starville back in. We can't actually sort of talk about it too much without showing it, but just so you know, the calico, the pre-shrunk calico is on the website. It's definitely worth going onto the web shop and having a look. If there was anything that was out of stock over the last couple of days, if you've been searching for it and it was out of stock, is the roll and press back in? I wonder. Oh, it's definitely worth going through. We've had loads booked in this morning. So if you go to the web shop, www.sewingstreet.com, don't worry, it says Jewelry Maker. Last search was wizard. It's not weird. It's just we were doing our myths and calico. There you go. Pre-shrunk calico. It's in. Buy the ½ metre. Look at the price. It's extra wide. It's extra wide. £2.49. If you do want to make the most of multiple units, check out as soon as you can. This is a higher quality than just our regular calico. Because it's pre-shrunk, it's softer. So if you do make rag dolls, quilters, if you do embroidery, even just as lining, or of course at that price point, yeah, make your toiles out of it. You still use it obviously with your dressmaking. You can do lots with it. Because it's pre-shrunk, it says quilters. It can also be used for backs of quilts as well, wall hangings and things like that, because it is softer. We're not meant to be showing it, but it's just literally arrived on the web shop, so I just wanted to update you on that, as I know a lot of people were already eagle-eyed spotting it. So Hannah was close behind you. I think we've got loads booked in this morning. That's exciting. A lot of the quilt kits from yesterday They're on the website as well. They use calico as the backing, so it's brilliant. There was Osnaburg yesterday. Today there is calico available, £2.49.5 metre, and it's extra wide as well. Have a look on the web, because I think there's loads that have just been booked in today, which is exciting. Right, okay, the lamp. We've got the clamp on it at the moment. Let me, right, so I will show you. You can have it as a table, as a sort of stand on the floor. It comes with a big stand that you can have as a floor with loads of poles, so you can have it quite high. We've got it as a clamp. Now, our desk is really thick, and yet still it clamps onto here perfectly. Having light and having the magnifying glass in one, I think, is brilliant. So it's an LED light. We've charged it this morning. It is rechargeable. You can use it still with your mains, but you can see that it's got all of these LED lights. Now, you've got 3 different brightnesses. So you can see that's got brighter and brighter and brighter, 3 different brightnesses. And having that magnifying, if you are thinking of doing things like embroidery or bead embroidery or anything that you just want extra light, without having to put your main light on in the house, maybe you're a bit of a night owl or an early morning sort of crafter, just need that extra bit of daylight. It's not going to get hot. It isn't an artificial light. It is a natural daylight. And look, I love that you can really manipulate that that neck, the goose neck. But you can see how well that the magnification is. Oh, look at the size of my hand. So it has I'm trying to think of what strength, ×2 magnification. You use it as main or batteries. It does have the 3 different colours and temperatures. I wonder whether if I show you that way. I don't mean as in it gets hot. I mean colour temperature. So there's your 3 different brightnesses. And then I think this one, let me turn that off. So then can you see that it's got warmer? Right, so there's the warmer light. There's the sort of daylight. You've got the natural daylight. And then you've also got well, of course, because it's low heat, well, it's virtually no heat. You've got the different light settings, and they can get brighter and brighter. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Plus, then you're getting your ×2 magnification. Now, I work over on the sister channel, Jewellery Maker, as well, and whenever we get anything like this in, they sell out completely. I was only on air over the weekend, and we didn't have any available in stock, so definitely worth, if you know anybody that does model crafting or seed beading, bead embroidery, cross stitch, hand sewing, felting, needle felting. You also get these extra poles, so if you want to have it, if you don't have a table, if you want to have it on the floor, it's got a really nice weighty base. So you can put this onto it, onto the next one, and you can have it standing free onto the floor. You can have it on the table or onto a desk. It is $73.99, which I understand is an investment for a light, but I'm thinking, even if you were to have this by your bed, that you're not disturbing anybody else, or if you're having it in a living room and you want to just have that light solely on you without having to put all of your main lights on, I think it's ideal, absolutely ideal. And the great thing is it's rechargeable. So, yep, you can plug it into the mains, but if my house doesn't have many plug sockets, all of these new houses, they've got plug sockets here, there and everywhere, haven't they? But maybe you don't have plug sockets here, there and everywhere. You don't want to run a load of extension leads. It's great that it's also rechargeable. And we only recharged it this morning. We've had it on for about 20 minutes and it's already charged up. So it's quick at charging as well. £73.99. We talk about these a lot. In fact, I didn't get a chance to speak to Cara about it because she loves lamps. She does. She loves a lamp. It's because she does a lot of embroidery. She does a lot of, she used to work for DMC. So, yeah, she does love different lamps and having that visibility. So, we've got the embroidery book. I think I'm going to put that down as one. Thank you. You weren't judging how long that was going to take me or anything. You're like, just put it down as one. Thank you. So the embroidery book, if you are thinking of doing some embroidery or talking to DMC with Cara, this is Cara's DMC threads. wonder if Cara's seen this book actually. She's gone now, but I should have asked her. So you do get a selection of DMC, random selected DMC threads, skeins. You get 5 of those. You also have the most beautiful, beautiful projects in here. So 11 lovely projects. In the folder in here, you get all of your iron-on transfers. Looks plain, but don't worry, there's iron-on transfers in there. I'm not going to open it all out, but you do get them. We always say that you will be able to use them a few times, but then you can always trace them, can't you, after that? If you've got a light box, you can trace them after that. They are so beautiful. And I'm thinking those of you that may want to do, if somebody got a special flower or a wedding flower, anniversary, or instead of, you know, buying bunches of flowers, why not just stitching one of these beautiful flowers on a gift card or on a wall hanging? There's such beautiful inspirational flowers in here. And even though, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say that this is for somebody who's never done embroidery before, but with the instructions and with the stitch guide, I think it's something that you will grow with you. It's one of those really lovely fancy books that I think you will always have forever. It's £21.99, which I think is brilliant value. So it talks you through exactly order of work, how to stitch, what stitches you need, fill with padded satin stitch, straight lines. If you don't know what that is, there are, again, as I say, then your stitch guide. So you've got all of the stitches. There's your templates. You've got the iron-on ones as well. Gives you iron-on instructions. Oh, I love all of them. They're not just flowers either. You've got some bees in here and butterflies. It is so, so pretty, isn't it? So there you go. There's your padded satin stitch. So this one will probably be recurring quite a bit throughout of the book. You've also got your padded long and short stitch, raised embroidery, satin stitch, bullion stitch. Practice the stitches and it will talk you through how to practice your French knots, how to do your long and short stitches for leaves. So even if you think, oh no, I don't know where I'm going to start with these, you've got some threads to start you off and some beautiful inspiration, just £21.99. I think that would be a great gift for somebody that, you know, loves hand sewing and embroidery, especially as you get your DMC skeins as well. Okay, right, just going to push those back in. Now, we've also got, sorry, I've got so much on the desk today. A4 light box. So if you are transferring any of your templates, if you are doing maybe all of your iron-on ones have now, you know, they've lost that iron-on effect and you do want to transfer them, Lightbox is so useful. The amount of times that I've tried to go up against a window in my house and draw around it, and it's just not as accurate as it would be if I were to use the Lightbox. Now it comes with a plug. I might need to plug it in. So it comes with like a USB port. See, all these fancy houses now, they've got USB ports next to the plug sockets, haven't they? So you've got the USB port that goes into your plug. Let me find my extension, 1 second. Plugs into the side. And then it has a touch screen, a touch button on and off. It's really nice and lightweight as well. I know that we've had some of the larger ones before, but I think this is a great size. Oh, sorry. There it is. So, once you're plugged in, you've then got the little touch button that will light up if it should be. Go on. Oh, I don't know why I'm not plugged in. Are we on the extension lead? Oh no. What was that? Shall I move this out of the way? It's all right. I don't know whether my wire's plugged in correctly. It should. Basically, it does what it says on the tin. It will plug in and it will light up, and it will completely light up. You'll put your template onto it, and then you'll put your fabric, your paper over the top, whatever it is that you want to draw over the top of it, for $32.99. Sorry, I feel like I'm being stupid here. How have I not got... Maybe it's a brand new. Maybe it's one of those, you know when you get a brand new phone and they say you need to charge it up fully before you use it or something. Potentially it's like that. Anyway, you can get different sizes. What I like about this one, it's really nice and portable. So if you are taking it on the move and you want to do any of your tracing around, I find so many different pictures in books even that I think, that would be beautiful to do as a quilt design, or that would be beautiful to do as an applique design. So if you found something in a book that you really like and you want to transfer it, a bag making pattern or something, you can just really easily transfer your patterns without cutting out any of your books, without cutting into it. £32.99, and it's really lovely and lightweight. It doesn't get hot at all. It's complete LED light, and it's not a glass on the top. So I know sometimes you can get these light boxes that are glass on the top and they might break, but no, you don't have to have that concern. It also has got your measure all the way. You've got a little measuring bar along the bottom, so you can get great accuracy with it. £32.99. What are you worried about, Han? Sorry. Oh, sending glass in the post. No, you don't need to worry. Don't need to worry. It's not a glass top. Don't need to worry. You can stop worrying, Hannah. What else was it I was going to tell you? So it's lightweight USB, energy saving. The great thing about having the LED bulbs is that it's completely sort of energy saving as well, and it doesn't get hot. Won't get hot at all. Sorry about that. We'll have a little look at it when we come off air. You must remind me to have a look at that, because otherwise the same will happen next time I come to air. Right. So, something I use every single day without fail is my Seams hand cream. Even, yeah, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm here or not, I will always make sure that I use my Seams hand cream. I think it's absolutely, essential at the moment. Since we've been using lots of, washing our hands frequently, it's a lot more than I normally would. These have both been brilliant for me. I found I haven't been back to have my nails done or anything, because I found my cuticles and my nails have been so much better. So we've got the hand cream and we've got the cuticle oil. Now the hand cream, it smells delicious. It really does. You only need a tiny bit. It is especially made with sewers in mind, which I absolutely love. So you only need a little bit, and as I say, I do it before I go to bed at night. It's nice, just give your hands a nice little massage. These working hands, it's good to look after them, isn't it? Those of you that doing any hand sewing, you've probably had, your hands in bits if you've done hand sewing and you've not used if you haven't used a thimble, then you'll know about it the next day. So it's really good to sort of repair and look after. It's designed to repair, and it is said to repair and restore. There's lots of different ingredients in here that I will show you on the back, in fact. There's a full list of them. The only one that I do want to make you aware of is the macadamia nut oil, just in case you have a nut allergy. It's designed to moisturise, it's designed to soften and restore. That's the macadamia nut oil and the rosehip oils. Also to nourish and smooth. It's designed to hydrate and enhance skin barrier. It's designed to even skin tone and strengthen your nails. The Fregonia oil, this comforting smell, is beautiful. Now it's not floral, and it's also not medical. You know, sometimes you can have like very overpowering floral smells, or it can just, one of these hand creams that are more sort of restoring and are said to have all of these different softening and restoring and moisturising conditions, can sometimes smell quite clinical, whereas this is just fresh and beautiful. Karen, who actually designed these and the inventor of Seams, she did a whole show with us here right back day dot in February. If you type in Sewing Street and Seams hand cream, it will come up with Karen, and I absolutely advise, if you are purchasing this, to have a watch of Karen, as she will explain exactly why she invented it. She was on a milliner's course, and she said there was nothing on the market that would help her with her hands. She says her hands were in bits making these hats. And everything else was being greasy. There was nothing that was actually penetrating her skin that she found. So she decided to go to the best pharmacist and come up with her own brand, which has proven very popular, not just by sewers, but in the fashion industry, the jewellery making side as well of our community. They absolutely love this. I know in ice skating and even just general, especially now, every day, washing up and using your hands, doing lots of different crafting projects, important to look after our hands. So it absorbs instantly, it isn't greasy. I haven't got greasy hands at all. So if you are working with fabrics that you don't want to get greasy, things like silk dupion, it would often stain or mark. Whereas give this a go, I think you will absolutely love it. It is designed with you in mind. So that's the hand cream. The oil is a bit of a luxury, I always thought. Hand cream is something I must say I've used for years and years and years. But nail oil is always something that I would have a treat if I went and had a nice little manicure or something. But I'd never normally use at home. And as I say, since lockdown and using lots of different if you're going to the supermarket and you're using the anti-bac, or if you're going anywhere and you're using lots of hand gel or soaps, my cuticles in particular got ever so dry. So this works hand in hand again with your hand cream. You only need a tiny drop. You don't even need to squeeze your pipette. Do not even need to squeeze the pipette. Literally dab it. Just dab it on your cuticles. You don't need to just use it on your hands. It's designed for any sort of skin, any dry skin, any heels on your feet, knees or elbows. If you've got any sort of dry legs even, you know, it's getting ever so hot, isn't it? And sometimes I think, I want to get nice glossy holiday legs. Just put a bit of a squeeze in this, rub it into your legs and it makes it all nice and glossy. This is exactly what you need, Paul. Absolutely. So once again, this has got that macadamia nut oil in it. It also has so many other ingredients which just give it a good old rub in. I've done it the wrong way around. I know that Karen would always recommend probably doing your cuticle oil first and then do your hand cream. And once again, it will absorb instantly. You feel just so lovely and manicured whenever I come in, I always say, girls, should have a little manicure. It's nice to treat yourself, isn't it? To sit, even if it's before you go to bed, have a bit of a read of your book, let it all soak in overnight. It's just £21.99, which I understand sounds an investment, but think about how much you pay when you go for a manicure and how many times you're going to be able to do this from home. It's just, bearing in mind, it lasts 12 months. It's got a it has got a 12-month shelf life. I haven't been back to it for a manicure, if I'm honest. I haven't been yet. What I don't think I'd be able to get in. It's so busy everywhere, but I haven't even tried yet. Just been, yeah, sorry. I have been doing my own nails. £21.99, which is why they look estate painting them. I can't paint my own nails. I just keep going for like a very neutral colour. I haven't even dared trying to do a colour because they'll be all over my fingers. But yeah, so that's the hand oil and hand cream. I think this would be a lovely gift for somebody. I always find products like this, I always think, oh, that's too nice to treat myself. It's one of those that if it's your birthday coming up and somebody's saying, what shall I get you? This would be a really, really lovely gift. And especially with sewers in mind, if you're after a gift for somebody that loves sewing, absolutely make the most of those. Brilliant. Glue. So this is your Gutermann HT2 glue. Right, I just want to warn you, this is super duper glue. This is very strong. It's brilliant. It's got a lovely slim nozzle. And what I love about this is that you can get right into intricate places. So if you're doing any bags and you've got those bag frames or handles that go onto bags, this is absolutely brilliant. If you do want to use it for, well, loads of projects for bag makers, I know that they absolutely love it. You do not need much of it. Little tiny bit. It's super duper glue. It is for textiles. But you use it for what? Ceiling windows. Glued a hook into a hole in a stick, and it worked. There you go. £5.99. It worked using this glue. So, application for textiles. It is designed for textiles. Apply to one side and allow the glue strip to dry for 7 minutes. So, place the pieces together. Iron 5 to 10 seconds. Suitable for the fabric. So, obviously, be careful if you are using leather or anything like that with an iron, obviously. But, yeah, separately, it does give you all the instructions anyway on the on the back. You can use it with most fabrics, I would say. Just give it a little test and check that you're happy with it. Just £5.99. Whenever we've had this in stock, it's always sold very quickly. I think this is the first time I've even had it to air. I've mentioned it, but I don't think I've ever actually had it to air. You don't even need to squeeze the tube. Honestly, I'm going to be very, very careful. I'm not even going to open it. I know what I'm like. It goes a long way. You don't even need to squeeze it. It will just start sort of dribbling out. Maybe put something down on your surface first. Put, you know, a piece of paper or an applique mat or something like that, because you can peel it off that. It's only £5.99. Can you see it's quite loved here? It's already been used a lot. We've also got, what's that really? Glue pen. It's, oh, in the packet in front of me. We've got, when we're talking about English paper piecing or any bags as well, we were talking about inserting a zip into the Build a Bag book, then this is going to be absolutely perfect for that. It's £6.99. Whenever they come into stock, it sells out very, very quickly. From Sewline, you have your glue stick already in there, and then you also will get a refill. Now, that's a blue refill, but don't worry, it dries completely clear. It's a temporary glue, so it's not like using a craft glue or Pritt stick or anything like that. It is quick, convenient, and an effective way of holding your fabric without pinning. So I'm thinking of EPP. I know we use this all the time with English paper piecing. We use it a lot with the zips as well. But also, if you're working with fabrics that you don't really want to pin, maybe fabrics like your PU or your leather or something quite delicate and fine, give it a little test, but it is completely sort of wash away. When you chuck it in the wash, it will completely disappear. It is a temporary glue that dries completely clear. Water soluble, so this is why we talk about using it with EPP. It will hold your papers in place, but then when you want to take your papers out, it will easily sort of allow you to take them out. Once you get to the end of your glue stick, just like, do you remember those pen, the rubbers that were like this? Do you remember them? So, pop it out, get your new one, pop it in, and then wind it back down. It's easy as that to refill. Honestly, they become very useful for so much, so many different little bits and bobs. If you are one of these people that don't really like pinning, I think that will be absolutely brilliant, your new best friend. They're quite difficult to get hold of, you know. I think a lot of people have started to get into more hand sewing, especially in the last few months. Therefore, we really struggled to even get hold of it. Kat said she paid, I can't remember what it was. I think for a refill it was something like £11, or I can't remember, but it's, I mean, to get your pen with a glue stick and a refill for £6.99 is brilliant. We take up a lot of Sewline stock, I think. We're constantly having this on reorder. It sells a lot. Okay. So I've got all of these things in a nice little caddy. It's great to have your storage areas, isn't it? As crafters, we do tend to build up, you know, a lot of scissors, our rotary cutters, ones for paper, pinking shears, little snips, little embroidery scissors. We've all got our stuff, haven't we? And I do know how, as crafters, we all like a bit of storage as well. So this is just £14.99. And I suppose you can decorate it to, if you want to, you can paint it to match into your sewing room. But, I mean, we've got, this literally lives on our set, and we keep all sorts in it. We've got one that's dedicated for scissors and rotary cutters, one that's dedicated for different pens and all sorts. You've got 4 different compartments in here. Obviously, you're not going to get all of these bits and bobs already in there, but I'm sure you'll fill it very quickly. You've also got your handle. It's just lovely, isn't it, to store? And it's really nice and solid. If you are buying and investing in your fancy rotary cutters and fancy scissors and all your marking tools, then it's nice to look after them and keep them nice and neat and tidy. Do you think that would look nice on your kitchen work surface? Look, you can even fit your basting spray in there. They're quite deeper. They are really nice, deep compartments. You'd definitely be able to fit a few of your cleaning products or kitchen things like you did, a Flora and a few sponges in there. Can you tell her loves the Flora? There are other brands available like Flash and what other ones? I can't think of another one. Pink, there's the pink one, isn't there? The pink one, I think it's called. But there's all sorts, but I liked Flora. Yeah, nice to have as a little cleaning caddy. $14.99, ever so solid, great gift for somebody who might need a little bit of encouraging to get organised. I definitely need encouragement to get organised. It all started so well back in March. I think the end of March I was like, right, pulling everything out, reorganising everything, it's all just gone to pot again. Yes, I would like a little treat. Oh, I knew it. Right. So earlier on when we had our Quilt-as-you-Go, you saw Cara finger pressing. And she said earlier on, I've got my roll and press. And we said, oh, we haven't got any in stock. And then she says, well, you can finger press it. It's fine. I've just asked, have we got... It's just arrived back in stock in this shipment. Hannah's put the code in and it's still saying that it's an early bird. Right. Have I got one here? When did I didn't wave one at you. That was in your dreams. I asked, I did ask earlier on whether we could do it, but it was when Cara had one, didn't she, where she was doing it with Quilt-as-you-Go. So the roll and press, if you know, it's £11.99. We normally have one quite close to the set. It just happens to not be here today. In your dream, you saw one. It was Cara's. She brought it out and she was showing us saying, have we got it? And we said no. So, well, don't worry. Paul's having a look through all of our stock to see if we got it. We can show you on the website. And it's an early bird's price. It's a £4 saving today. I know that Wendy Orlando bought one of these when it was an early bird last week. You can still make the most of it. So, if you search the code, which is DLZW64 on the web shop, bit naughty that we're going to do it at an early bird price. In fact, you know what? We can't even show it on the website. You can get it at that price. Make the most of it. It's literally just come in. It's literally just come in. How good's that? Yeah, it should be it probably will be tomorrow, the next price up. It's coming up at $15.99. Ah, okay, that makes more sense. It's $15.99 on the web. Okay, sorry, not early bird special. Okay, no worries. Sorry, it is $15.99. That was us just being cheeky, being eager. What next? Yeah. So, your Bonder web. Sorry, it's just that they've definitely messed up with all of our things today, haven't they? All of our hearing things and microphones. Can't hear very well. There's definitely something changed today. So a roll of Bonder web, brilliant for applique. You get 5 meters on a roll. The one side's like a glue, the other side's like a greaseproof paper almost texture. But if you iron this onto your fabric, cut out, then iron it onto a base fabric, you can create such beautiful applique designs. You can almost create your own fabric, make your own patterns and make your own fabric. And those of you that love applique, you normally get, say, a 1 meter piece in a pack. You got it on a roll, 5 meters of your Bonder web for just £23.99. It's definitely worth, even if, you're using smaller pieces, keep any offcuts that you have. It's always very, very useful indeed. But yeah, whenever we do an applique project, that sells out. So I would get one ahead of the rush. Did we do any applique Christmas projects? Quite nice for Christmas. It's lovely. The roll and press, sorry, we've been told off, is $15.99. Sorry, it is $15.99. Okay. The 505 spray that Cara mentioned earlier, we saw the June Taylor option of basting spray. This is the 505 temporary adhesive basting. Lots of personal preferences on basting. whether you want to use a spray adhesive, or you can pin, you can tack, you can do lots of different ways of basting. This, I find that most people tend to reach for the 505. I know Debbie uses this a lot, and she'll mention it in lots of her books. I know that John Cole Morgan uses this when he's quilting. Cara had one from home that she uses. Brilliant, just to give you that temporary fix. It isn't a permanent hold, it isn't a glue, it's a temporary fix, but great for tissue paper, for patchwork, for denim. You can use it on felt, you can use it with ribbon, you can use it with stabilizers or patterns even. You know, sometimes if you patterns are flying all over the place and you want to get real accuracy, you could always 505 your dressmaking patterns to your fabric and then cut round really nice and easily. So there's lots of different uses for 505 spray. It's probably one of the most used products universally around all of the different crafts that we do, whether it be bag making or dressmaking, or it is very, very useful as a stabiliser. £7.99 if you do need to stock up. As I said earlier on, just make sure if you are spraying, it is aerosol, so be careful that you're in a well-ventilated area. Right, those of you that want a different option on cutting, this is from Fiskars. Now, if you are a bit wary of using a rotary cutter, it's brilliant that it's a complete enclosed blade. So it's only when you press down that the blade will then be engaged and touch your fabric. If you do have dexterity problems with scissors or using rotary cutters, this might be a great option, and it is 2-in-1. So it's a normal 45-degree blade. You can replace it with any of your standard 45mm blades. Easy to change. It's got a nice little rubber grip. This top is actually rubber, so your hand's not going to slip and slide over the place. It does have a stopper at the end, so it's designed that you can use it left or right-handed. If you're right-handed, you obviously shimmy it to the right-hand side, and you measure where your fabric you want to do, whatever you want to cut, whether you want to cut 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 6 inch, up to 6 inches, your 60-degree angle. You can cut your triangles or squares, you can cut diamonds, all of your different angles on there as well. So you can measure and cut in one. Line up your fabric to whatever size you're wishing to cut. Press down on the little rubber handle, press down and just slide forward, and it will cut your fabric really accurately. You can layer up, you can do it through multiple layers, whatever you're comfortable with. But I found when I first started cutting especially, I had really shaky hand cutting. I could never just cut in a nice straight line using a rotary cutter, and this would have been absolutely perfect for me. I know it's more of an investment, but think about how much you pay for a top quality rotary cutter and a top quality ruler. So you've got them in one at £64.99. It's something you're going to use a lot. And let's face it, when you are cutting through fabric, that is one of the most important parts of your project, is getting your accuracy in your cutting. So from Fiskars, you know that you can rely on the accuracy of your ruler and of your cutting tool, just £64.99. Talking of Fiskars, I've also got the soft grip scissors, which I know John Cole Morgan absolutely loves. They were in my caddy. Spotted these earlier. Right, so I love these snips for cutting into curves. They're really lovely. And they've got the safety catch here. So then they release, and they've got a really lovely, easy spring to cut. So again, if you've got any dexterity issues, these might be a better option. They've got, pardon? If you are repetitively cutting as well, this is another good one. So it has got that safety catch. Can you see it's also got like a tapered faceted edge at the top here, and that's that micro tip to give you real great accuracy and precision. So if you are doing any, oh sorry, I know it's a bit blurry. If you are doing snips into curves and you don't want to cut over your stitches, then this is going to give you, again, great control. If you type Fiskars into the website, it's loads. There's a few different products in there. There's different scissors and different cutting tools on there. Just £14.99. I have no idea where this hour's gone. How on earth is it menu time? Okay, so tomorrow's show, I'm back with you tomorrow morning. Is it us again, team? Yes, it's us again tomorrow. Oh, Kat's here with us tomorrow. We've got the girls tomorrow. And we've got a brilliant show lined up for you. Debbie's pumpkin cushion with Jules. I've not met Jules yet. We had a video demonstration with her, but I've not actually met her before, so that'll be lovely. At 9 o'clock we got fabrics. 10 o'clock. Ooh, Quilt-as-you-Go tote bag this time. So if you loved the cushion, the placemats that we had earlier on, I can't talk today. The mug cushions, mug. What were they called? Mug mats? Mug mats. They were mug mats earlier on. Quilt-as-you-Go mug mats are coming up at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock we've got adjuster forms and different tools, and then we will, there you go at the bottom, we will repeat the mug mats with Cara yesterday from today's show tomorrow. So yesterday's show, what was the last hour of yesterday's show? There's a good question. Do you know what it is repeated? You'll know, Paul. Debbie. The reversible bag. So if you missed yesterday's show, the last hour at 11 o'clock was the reversible bag, and that's what we're going to be repeating in the next hour. So it's definitely worth staying tuned for that if you missed it. Is there anything else that I needed to mention? Style Wheels available on the website, remember. There's a few bits, remember, on the website that I know we're really, really pleased that we managed to get. So the Best Press back in stock, the Style Wheel back in stock, the Clover Roll and Press back in stock. Very exciting. Sorry, it is $15.99, not an early bird price. Still a brilliant price. And the pre-strung quilters calico. Loads of you have already checked out on that. Check the stock for calico on the website and you'll be able to find that. There's loads of that already going. It's just £2.49 a metre. Thank you so much for your company today. We'll be back with you tomorrow live at 8 o'clock. But don't forget, Debbie's going to be joining you up next with a repeat of yesterday's show. See you later.